Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 536.
The sexiest podcast on the network. Hi, Brian.
We're... Hello, Tony.
36.
Yep.
God damn.
I
I know, right?
It's quite a few.
Like it shouldn't shock me. Because every week we add another number.
Right.
But it's still like, Jesus.
Yeah.
You know? Oh.
Yep.
Maybe it's just me.
Oh, it is. No.
I knew it. I knew it the whole time. You son of a bitch, you.
Yep. That's right.
Man.
That's right.
It's Monday. We're doing this again. I feel like it's been forever since we recorded.
It has. It's
flying through here.
Been a week and a half, basically, since we recorded.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, very.
I don't know what to make of it.
It was really strange for me because, since we've gone to bi-weekly for the Crazy Life, last week was an off week for that as well. I had no podcast for the week.
All by myself.
Dude, that was the first week in probably since I started the Crazy Life that I've not had a podcast.
Wow, that must have felt really weird.
Oh yeah, it was the whole week. I'm like, what am I like? Feel like, am I forgetting something and all that? And it was like, geez, this just feels so strange. But I will say this, it was really nice actually. It was it was nice to have a little refresh there, if you will.
Some me time. Put some cucumbers on your eyes. Take a bath.
Right. I didn't slice them. I just put the whole thing across my
head. Just jammed it in your face.
Yeah.
This is so refreshing.
I just carved a notch in the middle of it so it would go over my nose, basically, so it looked like I'm Geordie LaForge with a cucumber.
Oh yeah, cucumber visor.
Yeah.
Wait, viscumber? No, that sounds weird.
No, that sounds lewd as hell. Yeah.
Visor.
That sounds like a medicine.
It does, doesn't it?
Right? Your symptoms could go away with Q-Visor.
Exactly. Do you have a hard time shitting? Try Q-Visor.
Wow. Just went right to that, huh?
Yeah, it did.
Didn't have anything like, do you have puffy bags under your eyes? Have you tried Q-Visor? Something like that. No. This is right to the rocket diarrhea.
No, it's the lack of rocket diarrhea.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry.
Yeah. You ever
That's one of
sit
the
on
side
the
effects.
toilet and stare at the wallpaper wondering what's wrong with me? Q-Visor.
Now the question is at that point, which is Q-Visor like solving, your existential dread or your constipation?
Yes. It's
wow.
both.
Wow, that seems pretty useful, Man, you just get in there, get business done, and you're right out, I guess.
Do you find yourself stiff-legged, legs straight out, straining so hard you pass out on the can? Q-Visor.
Right. You wake up and you're like, I finally know what I've been missing in my life.
And that's got to have like ridiculous side effects.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And one of them like may cause constipation. Like, wait a minute, what?
Right. Not just constipation, like severe constipation.
Severe constipation leading to death.
Like it totally bricks you up.
Exactly.
Like this doesn't seem smart.
Like blindness in your left eye, deafness, thoughts of suicide, coma,
right?
Incestual thoughts. You're like, what?
Headache. Yeah, of course. Dizziness. Nausea.
Yeah, good stuff. Good old Q-Visor.
Right.
We really should just make a commercial, a pharmaceutical commercial.
Oh,
we could be like out in the yard throwing footballs and stuff.
Yeah. Because it'll have nothing to do with the medicine whatsoever. We'll do the Cialis thing. We'll just have two bathtubs. We'll each be in a bathtub.
Hell yeah. That never made sense to me.
No, me either.
Like, man, Nothing gets me more ready for you, baby, than taking a separate bath.
Yeah,
Like, what?
I don't mind soaking in my own filth, but not
Yeah,
yours.
I've seen that thing.
Yours is just vile.
Are you aware you have an open wound at all times, woman?
Pfizer.
Q
Yeah.
visor may cause open wounds. Ooh,
that would be such a terrible side effect.
just wake up
It's
with
like
covered in open wounds.
there's oh god, I don't remember what medicine is, but one of the side effects is it's like whatever this is may cause tears in the perineum, which is the skin between the, obviously it's the taint, the grundle, the fleshy front bridge, if you will.
Naturally.
You know, but they then go on to explain what the perineum is, and I was like, how I forgot what it is, but it's not even something where you like apply it to that area. I don't believe it's anything for the genital region,
That's a
but it
you
can
thing.
cause yeah, but it can
Everything's for
cause
the genital region if you try hard enough.
I guess, right? But it was like, why the hell, how is it that that's a side effect? That's such a weird side effect,
It may
you know?
cause anal tearage, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, or I guess like
like
the bridge, like you were saying.
yeah, it's like what the
Yeah,
hell?
what specifically targets the taint besides like a kung fu punch?
Right?
Besides
Exactly.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah. I was like, dude,
Weird.
yeah.
Huh.
Also, I appreciate, them giving basically the clinical definition of the perineum, being the skin between the anus and the genitals, basically. But, um, instead of just saying it's the taint, like,
Like we got quite literally doctored this up.
yeah.
But what? Oops. Oh no,
Are you Googling this?
I'm just gonna put what medicine
Oh, okay.
tears your taint.
That may be one of the weirdest Googles you've had for the show.
Ah, here it is. Jardins or whatever.
Yes, that's it. Jardians, I think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
we just drag this over to my other window here so we can oh, why would that work? Thanks, smart technology.
What is the medicine for? Can you look real quick?
Yes, I'm looking right quick.
Because I feel like it has something to do. Just has nothing to do with that area, but I can't remember for sure. Maybe it does.
Says, what does Jardiance do to your perineum? Has a rare side effect called necrotizing fasciitis of the perineum.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, right. So it's a type 2 diabetes drug, apparently.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, so it's for diabetes, but it kills your taint in
yeah,
the
it can give
process.
you a life-threatening genital area infection.
Oh my goodness, I don't remember that being in the commercial.
Good
Jeez.
lord, I'd rather have the
Well,
diabetes.
I know for sure I'm not taking this medicine. Yikes.
Yeah. Cool thing is you can have candy.
Yeah.
Bad thing is it'll rot out
You
your
can't have
asshole.
you can have candy or a taint, but you can't have both. Choose wisely, I guess.
Choose wisely.
Jeez.
Sounds like a terrible catchphrase or something. You can have candy or a taint, but you can't have both. Jardians. Or Jardinians or whatever.
I think it's Jardians,
This
if I'm not.
whole like dying mouse thing it's really pissing me off. Wow, well, that's exciting stuff right there, buddy.
Right.
Yeah, that is exciting. I need like a really long USB to micro USB so I can have it plugged in while it's mind blowing here. Charging.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I got this little like shorty guy.
Yeah.
Just plug it over here and awkwardly use the mouse.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Good times. So, yeah, well, besides riding assholes, how's Brian?
No, not too bad. I got my booster shot on last Monday.
Nice, nice.
Um, same side effects as before. Sore arm. Um, little like tired for like 2 days basically, and then I was good.
Right.
I mean, the arm hurt. It feels like my arm hurt longer this time, but
Did they shoot it in
I
with
don't
a
know.
crossbow from across the room?
Yeah. Well, I requested that.
Yeah,
You
nice.
know. Yeah. I will say, dude, the pharmacist that did it, because me, my mom, and her partner Jim, we all went. Basically, I had scheduled the appointments back to back to back. You know,
Right.
well, we're sitting there waiting. She opens the door and she's like, "Okay, all three of you can come back." And I'm like, "All right," because last time it was one would go in, they would basically wipe down the whole area. One would come in, wipe down the whole area. Well, right. This time it was like, "Now you can all come in."
Like, come on, let's get this over with, y'all.
Well, I think part of it is like, okay, this is your third shot type of a thing. And it's, obviously we all came together. So it's like if one of us has been exposed to COVID, we all have,
You're all coming in
so.
here and you're all sharing needles.
Right,
Like,
right.
wait,
Yeah,
what?
that's all it was. Yeah, just bang, bang, bang. Yeah, no. But man, I mean, she was boom, 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 and we were all done. I mean, it was lickety split, and we were out the door. And she goes, "You." It was funny though, because she's like, okay, she's like, you have to, hang around for 15 minutes. And she's like, there's a clock out there, use your phone or whatever. She's like, I'm so busy, I don't have time to keep an eye on it for you. And I was just like, oh, okay, you didn't maybe have to say that, but I understand because I have a Twitter friend that's a pharmacist, and hearing the amount of stress they're under is
Oh, I'm
insane.
sure.
Like you wouldn't think so, but then when you start realizing that, like right now, not only are they doing COVID shots, but they're doing flu shots and other inoculations and whatnot, or vaccinations, I mean.
Necrotic taint
So,
shots.
right, necrotic taint shots. So, and they still have to do their normal pharmacist job, on top of it. So there's a lot going on there. But she was nice. It was just she was very, very all business. Once we were in that room, it was bang, bang, bang. And then, I like kind of got her attention telling her we were leaving, and she's like, hey, have a nice day. She was super nice, but it was just very much like she got in there and um you almost would have thought she hit us all with the same needle. That's how fast she was.
She just got
I
like a
mean,
bandolier of them. Just whack, whack, whack.
dude, my mom sat down. She rolled her sleeve up. The woman was like, boom with the needle, band-aid. Okay, who's next? Boom, band-aid. It was
You
just,
wonder how many shots she's giving people.
yeah, you can tell she's given a
Yeah.
lot because it's so, she's a machine.
Did you guys actually
And
wait the 15 minutes?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
I got my
Just,
shot, I was like sitting in a crowd of people because I was like,
oh,
go sit over there with all those chairs. And I think I sat there for like 5 minutes. And I was looking at my phone. I was like, you know what? I'm just leaving. And I just left.
yeah. Well, when I got my first shot, they tell you to wait. And I walked out and all the chairs were taken. It was in a Rite Aid. So I just was like, well, I guess I'll just peruse the store because I don't really want to like hang around, where there's a bunch of people
Yeah.
sitting. So I just walked around the store for a little bit. And I think I left it probably like 10 or 12 minutes because I felt fine. So I was just,
I got mine in one of those like mass vaccine things they're doing at the rec center. So I
yeah.
was just like, lining up like, cattle basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this. And I feel
Right.
fine. And it's not that
Yeah.
part of my house.
Well, like with me, I don't drive, so if I started having an adverse reaction, whoever I'm with could immediately start, going to the hospital
Yeah.
or whatever. So it's, not really a, as big of a deal. If I were driving, I'd probably have waited,. But otherwise it's like, But it was cool, we got that out of the way, so that's, it's nice that it's just done.
Yeah,
And
I gotta get mine scheduled and over with.
Yeah. At first I was like, I was like, I'll get it at some point, and then I was like, I should just do it because I qualify. Because if you're obese and or diabetic, you qualify, and I'm both. Also, I'm the primary. Like, I go out into stores and all the other stuff, and I have two people who are immunocompromised essentially in the house. So me getting a booster helps protect
Yeah,
them as well. So I was like, I should just do it. That way, it's
do
done,
it.
and it's not like, and I don't have any issues with, getting shots or anything. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
nah,
whatever.
stick to me. Come on, baby,
Yeah.
tie it off. Hit them track marks.
Right. Like I just don't care. So you know, but yeah, so that's all done. And, um, it was just nice to have that out of the way because I know it was kind of a concern for them, about getting scheduled for it and stuff, even though it's not like it was before to where you had to keep looking and keep looking and
Yeah,
keep,
it's basically if
like
you
this
just
time it's
want
like,
one, you can go get it.
yeah, I almost bet we could have walked in and probably gotten them, but they ask you to schedule them instead. But yeah, I wasn't thinking I should have got my flu shot while I was in there too.
Yeah, double tap me, doc.
Yeah, I should have just had it done. I mean, I have a doctor's appointment, I think Friday this week or something like that. So I'll probably just be like, hey, can I get my flu shot while I'm in here?
No, no, don't ask. Be like,
Get
I'm
that.
here for my flu
Oh,
shot,
actually,
you son of a bitch. Choke him out.
you know what? Maybe I
You
won't
know.
because I mean, if we're gonna have a time, I shouldn't be getting a flu shot
Yeah,
that
we should.
day.
I mean, no spoilers, but Friday fun day. Am I right?
Yeah, right.
Speaking of
So
fun,
maybe I'll put it off. What? What? I was like, what the hell are you doing?
reaching.
Oh, oh, I see. All right.
There you go.
Is
It's a little Foley
that some
work.
monkey? Some monkey
Yeah,
shoulder?
buddy. I've been talking about whiskey a lot at work today, and it really had me in the mood.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
I thought about it.
do a little couple fingers of some monkey shoulder.
Right, right.
I decided I'm gonna do something. By the way, for my front porch. Oh,
Yeah,
shoulder.
turn it into a bar.
No, that'd be great. I got that in the basement. Although the basement's pretty, it's
You have
sketchy
two,
right now.
dude. We've been, how like there used to be that place downtown that was like a 3-level
Oh yeah,
club.
that place is dope.
You know, you just have a sports bar in your basement or porch. Take your
Uh-huh.
pick. Backyard, wherever. You just have 3 bars in your
I
house.
like it. I'm not
Yeah. Well, technically 2 would be in your house. 1 would not be.
whatever.
Be outside. Yeah.
Well, I want to build these like storm windows so I can stays warmer out there.
Yeah.
I just slide them in. But
Right.
uh, like when we first moved in, it was wintertime. I was like, God, I just want a cigar so bad. It sounds so good. I just want a cigar. I was like, just have one on the porch. I'm like, I don't know. I feel weird
Yeah.
about smoking. It's not in the house, but it's kind of in the house.
Right.
But I had one out there. I was like, yeah, that was an all right time. Well, I have this window fan now that I use to ventilate the upstairs.
Oh,
And I'm
right.
thinking like, I've got that propane heater. Put
Mm-hmm.
the storm windows up, take one out, put the window fan in if I'm going to be out there, and just get a little ventilation and suck that delicious stogie smoke right out. I
Right.
think I might turn into a little smoking lounge in the wintertime.
That's not a bad move because you certainly don't want to sit outside.
No, but I have I have a humidor of cigars in them. It'd be a
Yeah.
shame for me to just look at them and like blow them kisses, touch the glass like I'm visiting them in prison.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, when you touch the glass, I was thinking more like the scene in Titanic when they're in the
Oh,
car. But
I mean, it's pretty humid in that little humidor, so
yeah.
gets a little steamy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not. I've been trying to think of like where can I have this? That's not. I
Yeah.
mean, because I got my garage,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
not
Because I was going to say
insulated.
the only other. No, I was going to say the only other move would be to take your heater and just sit right next to it out in your
I've done that
garage.
before. It's
And
still
that's
pretty
just not
cold.
optimal. Yeah. Right.
One of the episodes of the Whiskey Dicks that we recorded, I
Yeah.
sat out there and had a cigar in the wintertime with the propane thing going. I think it was the one that you were not present for. It was just Garrett, and Dev, and I,
Right.
and it was cold, but it was still a great time. Which, by
Yeah.
the way, boys, because I know you listen, when should we do another one of these? It's been a while. I'd be down.
Yeah. Yes.
Just
Yeah.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah. You're not wrong. It has been a minute
I
since
know,
we've
right?
done one of those.
That'd be cool for a whiskey dicks.
Yeah.
Mm, delicious.
Nice.
So
Neat.
it is neat.
I know.
I air fried a ham.
Yeah. I
It's
saw
pretty
that.
good. We
Yeah.
decided to do kind of like just like a big dinner yesterday.
Yeah.
And we bought this little spiral cut ham from Aldi because ham's delicious. And it
Right.
was, my problem with ham is you don't have to buy like a third of a pig or
Right.
whatever.
The only real reason to do that, like for a small, like, like if you're doing it at home or whatever, would be like if you want it. Like my mom will have me buy one every once in a while like that so that she can have the ham bone.
I mean, I get
Because
it.
then she'll make soup with
Yeah.
it. But it's like you can just buy the
You can
bone.
just
Like
buy
if
a
you
ham
go to
bone.
the butcher,
Yeah.
you can just get a ham bone if you really want one that bad. But yeah.
Yeah, well, we had this ham.
And by getting the spiral slice, you're not getting the processed ham. You're still getting a real ham, I assume,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah.
Just didn't have a bone in it.
Right.
But it was a good ass ham too. But
Yeah.
Leah doesn't eat meat. She doesn't like ham anyway. Even if she did eat meat, she never liked ham.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
But so we did like baked potatoes and rolls and green beans and stuffing.
Nice.
It's a good little meal. But I'm sitting there thinking like, man, I'm using my oven to bake the potatoes, and then I'm gonna use my oven to make the croissants. Like, when am I gonna cook this damn ham? It's not a big ham, but and I was like,
Right.
that would totally fit in the air fryer.
Well, even if it wouldn't, you could cut it so it would.
That's true.
If you needed to, cut it in half basically and put halves in there or something, or slice off some pieces if you needed to and just do it for a real short time.
No, it only took a half hour.
Was there any crispiness to it? Like, did it have like a crust because of that?
Because
Nice.
what I did is I made like a real quick, because I didn't plan on glazing it. Usually ham comes with like a weird glaze. This one did not.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit. So I made a real quick like Coca-Cola glaze because we had little bottles of Coke.
Yep.
So I glazed it and I wrapped it in foil and I cooked it for 10 minutes and I opened the foil up and I glazed it again, wrapped it back up and cooked it again. And then I just opened it up and did 5 minutes, glazed it, and another 5 minutes. And it was like crunchy on the outside. And yeah, it was good.
That's interesting. I may have to do that because I could in the air fryer I've got, I could fit a good size ham in there.
I know, you can put a small child in there.
I pretty much could, yeah. I mean, it's not that it's that big of an air fryer. It's just it's open because it's not one of the basket ones. It's one that's more like the way a toaster oven looks, but it's also an air fryer. So that's cool though. I was curious when you mentioned you did it because that was the first thing I was thinking. I was like, I wonder if that gave it like a crunch on the outside a little bit or a little crust that you don't normally get with ham.
Well, it's like because I didn't want it to like burn on the outside, so that's why I wrapped it in foil.
Sure. Yeah.
And just open up that bitch at the end to get that crunchy outside. Because I've got crunchy ham before because I've thrown it on the smoker. Smoke it for a little bit, then crank the heat up and get a nice crunchy exterior. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was kind of doing the same concept.
It's similar to like when you're doing a turkey.
Yeah.
Because you do it enough to kind of, you want to get that, get a good, brown on the skin and stuff, but you don't want to burn it. So you put the tent over it or whatever to make sure you don't, completely char it or something.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
It was like a wonderful thing.
Yeah. I did something actually in the same vein this week, not air fryer, but I had bought a turkey loin and made that and dressing and carrots and green beans and we kind of, and biscuits, and we kind of had, like a small kind of meal like
Like
that
a
ourselves. That
pre-Thanksgiving
was
dinner.
yeah, basically. I mean, it was funny because we were all like, "Man, this is good." It's like I know Thanksgiving's in like 2 weeks, but it just sounded good, and
I assume you went with the turkey loin because necrotic turkey taints were sold out.
yeah,
Of
fresh out.
course,
Unfortunately, this time of
this
year,
time of year,
everyone's looking for the teens. Yeah.
exactly. You know what's annoying is we went to the
Mm,
store as well as pre-game. That's what I got to bitch about. The Kroger is we had to go get some sour cream because baked potato. What am I,
right.
an animal? Am I not going to eat my baked potato without sour cream?
I guess not.
I almost didn't because Kroger's was almost completely sold out. All they had was a squeezy pack, which I like anyway.
Right.
But yeah, it was crazy.
Huh.
Like cleaned out of sour cream, and then I was like, all right, I like because milk doesn't like me, so I like oat milk coffee creamer.
Sure.
Sold out. Like I'm like, oh, it's that supply chain. What's going on here?
Yeah, I think they had a sale on the sour cream recently because I got sour cream this week, and I got like a good size, like not a giant tub of it, but I think it's like a 20-ounce container or something like that. Um, it seems like it was really
I
cheap.
just can't
So
believe that it
yeah.
was like
Also
cleaned
we go to
out.
different Kroger's though too.
Oh,
So yeah,
well.
I said we go to different Kroger
I was
also.
going local here. I was the one way out in Sylvania because we happened to be out there.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
it was like I
Yeah,
said, it was just like clean.
that's
It's
weird.
very weird.
It's weird because it's too early to buy stuff for Thanksgiving. Also, I mean, I don't know what you know, traditionally, I don't know unless you're putting sour cream in your like mashed potatoes or something.
Maybe
I know
I
a
mean
lot
for
of
baked potatoes, if you're making like a fucking sour
yeah,
cream cake guy.
yeah,
I have no
I
idea.
guess. Oh, it's weird.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, it
Yeah.
looked like a hurricane was coming, and the the weatherman's like, sour cream will save everybody.
Yeah. Well, you missed the update this week. Sour cream cures
I
COVID.
had no idea.
Yeah, that's why I got the tub idea. I've just been spooning it right in
You
my
got to rub it
face.
right on your taint.
Right. Well, that's the only cure for the necrotic
Yes,
taint.
yes, sour cream.
Yeah.
Oh, got to get like a spackle bucket of sour cream and
Yeah, and a putty
putty
knife.
knife, yep, and just apply
Yep.
liberally.
Yeah. And oddly enough, if you just have some regular cream and apply it to that area, it sours on its own. So,
It's true.
man.
uh,
So you did get sour cream,
yeah,
or
we got
oh yeah, you said the
the
squeeze
squeezy,
packet, right?
which I like the squeezy anyway.
Yeah.
'Cause I want to be able to like draw off my sour cream if I so desire.
Right. Sure,
Yeah, why
sure.
not?
Yeah.
You know?
Look, I wrote my
Yeah,
name. Very good,
exactly.
Tony.
Draw a dick on my baked potato.
Yeah. Does that say Tommy? You try doing it. It's tough.
Exactly. Pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about Thanksgiving. I know I already had one, but I love eating, so
Yeah, right.
eating's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I'm weird because I don't know. It's like I'm still not like I really don't want to go be around a bunch of people.
Oh, I get that.
Like I just don't. It's like I want the food, but I don't want the people. Well, I want the people. I just don't want the chance at someone carrying something. And there's going to be like kids, and kids are petri dishes, so I'd prefer not to be
Just
around
gotta
them
hit
as
them with
much
the
as possible.
Hulkster big boot when they come running by.
Yeah, right. That'd be great.
That would be great.
Hey, Uncle.
Exactly.
Leg drop 1, 2, 3,
It's
baby.
over. No leg drops because you don't want to cross.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, you
You're
can
right.
decontaminate your boots.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I'm kicking him in the head, can I at least do the Chris Jericho pin,
Yes.
where I put one foot on him and then flex?
Definitely. Yes.
Okay.
That is for sure allowed.
All right. All right. I was like, dang it, I got to win somehow.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
I mean, unless I catch him outside the ring, then maybe I can get a count out or
You'd rather
something.
just have a python in the bag.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just start dropping snakes on people. That'll make for a festive Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Thanksgiving, we're like Snakesgiving, am I right?
It's like I bring just just a sack full of of various snakes.
Wait, I just punched my microphone because I'm all excited. I got it. All
All
right, so
right.
you dress up like a pilgrim, right? Because the
Okay.
Undertaker used to wear kind of like a pilgrim hat.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, and then you have a cornucopia match, and you have to shove
Oh
them
God.
into a cornucopia.
Oh,
Like there's a big giant
jeez.
cornucopia ringside. You
Naturally,
have
of
to roll
course.
them into it.
I was just thinking though how easily they and I am so surprised Vince never that I know of pulled that stupid ass move where he was like, I know, I'm gonna put Undertaker in a cornucopia match and make him dress like a pilgrim, but it's still in the theme of the Undertaker's
Oh yeah,
outfit, you know? Because that's such something I could see Vince being like, "Oh, this is hilarious," and everyone else is like, "Vince, it's really stupid," and he'd be like, "Ah, you just don't get it."
feel like cue Undertaker music. Bong, bong, and on the third bong, dinner is served. You pan
Oh
over, and he's
God,
like carving a turkey menacingly.
right? Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
menacingly. Paul Bear's just getting all excited because he can't wait to get some of that
Exactly.
turkey.
Oh, save me the giblets.
Kane comes out, he's got to kiss the chef apron on.
That's exactly. He has the ham. It's burned.
Yeah, of course. Everything he made is burnt.
Everything.
You can see it like he did the green bean casserole,
Yeah, just
roasted. It's just
torched.
as hell.
Looks like a pan full of asphalt.
Yeah, the biscuits. They're burnt, but only on one side.
Oh,
You
that
know.
is the worst.
Yeah.
I have a cure for that though.
Cut off whatever part it is and throw it at someone.
I can't remember what I was making, but it had to do with biscuits, and I accidentally burnt the bottom of them. A
Yeah.
microplane.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Scritched the burnt stuff right off of
Right.
it.
I was just thinking, just just cut the bottom off, serve them that way. If anyone says anything, you just take them off their plate or just slap them and say, "Mind your
Mind
business."
your goddamn business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess my family's already done their thing.
Yeah.
We got Michelle's family. I'm not 100% sure what they're doing, but I'm kind of trying to decide if I should just bring a bottle of booze.
Hey, Jen told us on the Crazy Life that anybody's welcome to her place. I mean, if you just want to go get some eats,
Perfect. I don't know where she lives, but I'll figure it out.
would be kind of fun. Well, it can't be that hard because it was a street behind where you
Oh,
used to
she still
live.
lives
So
up there. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So you got to, it's narrowed down that far
Yeah,
at
fair
least.
enough. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, just drive up and down till you see like a bunch of cars and then go there. You
I
know,
like it. I love it.
that would be kind of humorous when like just random people showing up at her place.
I mean, to be real,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to the time when I can start throwing Thanksgiving at my place. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like cooking food, I like eating, and I like people. So
yeah,
yeah, I am
yeah,
looking forward to doing that. I know it's not too far away, which is weird. You
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you could with the way your place is. It just be harder.
Oh yeah.
Well, it'd be nice if you had a nice day. You could do it on your porch,
Yeah.
though.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
have it
Well,
eat out
that's
there.
dude. That's why I want to get those storm windows. Because once
Yeah,
it's a little more
yeah,
insulated out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got a good sized table out there that you could
Yeah.
put a few people around for sure.
I'd
So
probably just bring that table in, put it right in the living room.
yeah, that actually would probably make more sense. But whatever.
Whatever, Trevor.
Or put the annoying people out there.
Yes.
Or or that's the smoking section.
Yes. Agreed. Yeah.
Will this be smoking or not?
But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm trying to decide if I should because I've always cracked a couple beers at her thing. Like usually they're like, "Oh, well, we saw you drinking a Heineken once, so we assume you like Heineken."
Yeah.
So I'm trying to decide if I should just bring like a bottle of good old like American bourbon or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
I don't know what. I don't know what anyone likes to drink.
Dude, I was gonna say, are they
They're not.
drinkers of?
Not really. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get him to start though.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
it's like Bud Light stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Time and place, right?
time and place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure something out.
Right.
Got to make it a party,
Yeah.
right?
I'm with you though. I'm kind of excited for the food, but whether I go or eat leftovers that are brought back or just make my own, whatever it is, because I don't mind that either. I got to where I've done that a few years in the past. Not that there's usually a plate sent to me or whatever if I don't go, but it's just I also don't mind. Like I know I can just make a really good dinner for myself or for just the house. Like last year, obviously we didn't go anywhere. We got food brought in. The year before, I don't remember if we went or not. I don't think we did, and I think I made pretty much the not the full layout that would be there, but a good shot at it. you
Yeah.
know
Oh, I mean, last year I cooked us Thanksgiving dinner. It was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
said,
could.
it's like I don't mind it because like you said, it's like I like to cook. It's I like to eat, so it's even if it's not even even if it's like a couple days later, sometimes it's like I kind of want some more of that, and there wasn't enough because when you take a plate home, there's only enough for usually like one more meal, and then you're pretty much done with it.
Well, not if you come to my mom's on Thanksgiving.
Fair enough.
She has the. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. She has the pro move of she went to Gordon Foods and bought like restaurant takeout boxes,
Yeah.
so she doesn't have to worry about getting her shit back.
Yeah, that's very smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so you just walk out of like four like takeout containers full of
Yeah,
food.
yeah. Usually what we do is it's just, you just load up a plate and then put some foil or plastic wrap over it and whatever. So yeah, I hear you. Cuz I've seen people do that where they'll give people actual, and it's like unless it's like Gladware or old Cool Whip containers basically. It's like
Exactly.
it's like you just are like I'm not getting that back
Radio
basically.
jar.
Yeah.
I still have
It,
like one of my neighbor's Tupperware.
yeah.
Yeah, because he gave me. I can't remember what he gave me, but
Mm.
I haven't made pumpkin butter. I keep talking about yet. For some reason, I haven't given it back to him. I'm sure he's like, that motherfucker stole my.
Yeah, probably.
Bitch, you still have my jelly jar.
I just picture you guys have a real tense negotiation in the driveway at some point. Be like, all right, on the count of three,
Yeah,
like you're each handing it back.
exactly. Just leave it on the ground.
Yeah,
Walk
just
away.
yeah. You set it down first. All right, we set it down on three. One.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Man, it is warm up in this room right now.
Yeah.
Well, I got this little like cylindrical heater going because when I first came up here, which by the way, I got a little thing about that. It's cold up here. I turned the heater on, but so I don't know. I can't remember what day I did. I uploaded our Halloween Spectacular video in its full entirety, right?
Yeah.
And today at work, I was like, you know what? I never got a pop up on my phone because I have, the bell, Salty Language Pod, check mark that bell, like, subscribe, baby. But I got the bell mark, so when our video goes up, I know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, my computer goes to sleep mid upload and just stops it.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? I
It's
love
amazing.
stuff that happens. Yeah.
And I'm like, I never got the notification. So I pulled up our YouTube channel and the video's not there. And I'm like, I know I uploaded that shit. What the fuck? So I'm like, it must have just went to sleep. And I never checked on it. So before we recorded tonight, when I came up to turn the heater on, I hop on a computer and this YouTube pops up because I'm like, it's
Yeah.
right there. It's uploaded. And then I look at the next video and it just says golf karting on Isla Mujeres. And I'm like, fuck, I uploaded that to my own YouTube channel.
Okay, because I was like, what?
Which I barely have anything on. But it's like, shit, I must have been watching YouTube on my channel when I was doing something up here and didn't even think about it. Or not my
That's
channel, but
funny.
my account.
Yeah.
So I had to delete it. It's up there now.
Right.
Yeah. I was so confused though, because I'm like, I know I uploaded that shit,
Right.
I
Yeah.
did. Where there's like, I don't even know who it is. I have one subscriber.
Right. Dude, I did that one time when I went to upload our podcast. I uploaded it to the Crazy Life feed instead.
Whoops.
And I was like, why didn't because the same thing, like, I have it set to where it kicks out a thing on Twitter,
Right.
to post that it's been uploaded basically. Or, it's like to alert people that, it makes a Twitter post. Anyway. And I was like, well, I don't see anything. Like, what the heck? Like I couldn't it took me a while. And then I was like, well, I'm going to, pull Libsyn back up. As soon as I pulled it up and I was like, oh, geez, so
You
took
son
it
of
down.
a
Love it.
bitch.
Yeah. Like, well, that explains it at
That
least. Yeah.
explains it.
Yep.
Happens to the best of us, man.
Yep. Easy to do.
Easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
So it
know.
happens when you fiddle with different
I
accounts,
know, right? I don't know why I was thinking about this today, but I was. I was flipping through the internet, and everything on the internet, unless you really curate your feed, is just
Yeah.
depressing now,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know why this popped in my head, but I had to look it up so I knew the year. Do you remember, Brian, back in 2013, when anything anybody was worried about was, what does the fox say?
Yeah, I do.
It was
Yeah.
such a happier time.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I
was.
don't
You're
know
not
why I
wrong.
was thinking about that stupid
Yeah.
song today. But I was just like, I'm like, man, everything, like, because I like flipping through Imager. Everything was depressing. It's about, Kyle Rittenberg. It's about this,
Oh,
that. It's about COVID. It's just like, I
I
remember
was
I used to
scrolling.
come here to laugh, you know?
Yeah, I was scrolling Twitter this morning, and it was like there's so many people just like adding or posting to Elon Musk
Oh, yeah, it's
about
more
stuff.
shit.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, do you think? And why do people do that shit? It's like, do you think for 2 seconds he actually is reading any of this shit?
No.
It's like when you post shit like that, you're not posting it for the person that you're adding. You're posting it for your followers.
Yes. They're like, oh my
You
God, did you
want their
see what such and
reactions.
such said to Elon? It was dope.
Yeah. And it's like like he's not looking at your shit, It's like, come on. But it just got so annoying. But you're right. It's like that or the Rittenhouse thing, or there was something else that it's just, and I'm like, God, and it's like maybe I need to get better about muting words. Like when stuff really starts driving me crazy, maybe it's just time to start really attacking the algorithm
Oh,
myself.
yeah.
And I really like, I scroll past political posts. I've unfollowed a lot of people that like all they post is, politics stuff, to where they just respond to politicians all the time. And it's like, and again, it's like, like, most people that are famous or a big name on Twitter don't really read their stuff.
Right.
They post whatever they're posting and then they move on.
Yeah.
You know, there's some that do, and whatever, and you can tell, but it's like there's so many of them that it's like you can look at their feed and the only people they respond to are other like verified accounts, basically.
Right.
Which means they're only responding to people they follow back, basically, or they want to make a point to, type of thing. And it's like, I don't know. When I first started on Twitter, that's the way a lot of people, that's what everybody did, right? Like everyone was just trying to get whoever your favorite celebrity is to just notice you,
Oh, yeah.
type thing. And then that went away and it was all jokes. Like that's what Twitter was like almost all jokes, basically. And and there was still, like I had said before, like news was breaking on Twitter. That was literally where it looked like the world was shifting to find their news. And then and now it's just become literally basically like YouTube comment section 2.0,
Yes.
is what it feels like so much now. And that's why I said I've been unfollowing people and stuff. And I think I'm just going to have to attack the algorithm so that it sees that I don't want these other things anymore. So it'll quit giving me more of these things. I hate so much. I don't like the curated algorithm style. I wish it would go back to where I could just look at what I've chosen to follow.
I agree.
But I get it. The ultimate goal is to just keep you on the app forever.
Oh God,
They don't want you
never
to
sign
leave.
up for TikTok then.
Well, that's think about it. It's all that way.
Oh
YouTube's the
yeah.
one that really started it, because YouTube and how many people used to, oh, I went down a YouTube rabbit hole. And now you're hearing so many people say TikTok rabbit hole. And it's
Oh
because
God.
their algorithm is better.
Yeah, because you'll just be like sitting there and you're like, God, that was pretty funny. Ah, that's pretty fun. Oh, that's interesting. And then it's just like, like
5 hours later.
my beard is down to my waist. Like, what happened?
Yeah. My youth.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen some interesting, entertaining stuff there, and I've seen some ideas that I'm going to totally steal, like for hanging Christmas lights. I'm like, I'm stealing that idea.
Yeah, right.
But it's like at the same time, just like they've added a one now you can do it up to 3 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I watched one. Yeah, normally I'm just like whatever, but I'm sitting there watching. It's got this like good vibe and music. And it's just some dude, and it opens up of him taking not AirPod Pros, but just AirPods, and he's cutting them apart with an X-Acto knife. And immediately I'm like, what is this guy doing?
Why would you be doing that? Yeah.
And it was him. The whole process of him making molds out of the cases, and just to boil it all down, making gold, like actual gold smelted or whatever AirPods that work.
Oh, okay.
He put them back together, and I was just like, that was crazy to watch that,
Okay.
with this cool vibe music going on, and
right.
But I mean, it sounds crazy to say that. I never sit for 3 minutes of video.
Oh, that's an eternity in internet time.
It is. Except on saltylanguagepod.com. Check it out. Sure,
right.
It's 2 hours. Watch it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's wild.
I know. I just think that's kind of where I've gotten with social media in general is as I'm really irritated by that. And the other thing I don't understand, and this is something I've never understood, and it is, why do people go on social media, take your pick of whichever one it is, right?
Okay.
And then bitch about how shitty that social media is.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I see so many posts on Twitter to where people are like, this blah blah, this place sucks. And it's like, then why are you here? Like, criticizing is fine. I don't mind you saying, hey, things used to be, like if you're talking about it or if you have a solution or whatever. But it's like, you just see, and I years ago, I posted a tweet because there was this one account that a bunch of people follow that all they ever did was just post annoying comments and then basically be like, go fuck yourself at the end of it. That like every time. And I was like, why the fuck I'm like, why the fuck does anyone follow this account? Why are they even here? And I got some shit for it because, it was a fairly popular account, and I never gave a shit because, I've never given a shit about my Twitter numbers. Otherwise, I would care that my number has basically been the same for 5 years.
Right.
I'm not actively trying to grow my account. I don't care, and it's kind of the same thing with this. It's like, why, what do you get out of going on Twitter every day? There's an account that I follow now that like, I'm getting real close to unfollowing because every day all they do is bitch about how shitty Twitter is. And it's like, leave.
Yeah, bye.
Like, make it better then. Filter, like I was just saying, if you see people doing things you don't like, unfollow them, block them, whatever, like start curating your own timelines here. And like, I don't understand that concept of just bitching all the time.
That'd be like going to your local bar, sitting down in your same bar stool. Then when people walk in, be like, "Man, this place is terrible. This place sucks so bad." And the bartender comes up,
exactly.
"Do you want your usual?" "Yes, I do." God, this place is terrible.
It's exactly. And that's kind of my thing. It's like, dude, there's other bars. Like,
if you don't like this bar, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I, for one, love the piss smell.
Right. It's so weird to me. I don't know. I don't get it.
Some things aren't meant to be understood.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It's like I bitch about Twitter too, but I also am like trying to change the way, it puts things, in my eyesight,
Right.
so that I don't see the things I don't want to see as much. And I'm not trying to be like purposefully like naive to the world or anything, but I I don't I don't go to Twitter with the intent of, ooh, I need to get my world views from here.
Right.
I certainly don't do that. I'm just there like for same thing everybody's there for, recipes and titties.
Recititties? That's our new
Rest
site.
I feel like that was the name of one of our episodes.
I mean, it might have been.
Really feels like an episode name.
I'm just saying, topless men and women giving out recipes. Recititties.
Right. Recititties. I like it. But the guys will all be wearing pasties also.
Of course. Pasties? Wait a minute.
Well, you're meaning like fully nude?
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, as long as it's equal, I'm fine with it.
I want this to be Pornhub meets all recipes.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Like I just don't, I just don't think it's right if, the ladies have to cover, the guys can just go.
Hell no.
They should have to have pasties on too.
Nips out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And plus, even if they had to wear pasties or not, they're going to wear pastries.
Oh, nice. Good call. Yeah. Right. Can you imagine though if you go for a nice day on the beach and all the guys have to wear pasties?
Oh my God.
All the guys are t-shirts off and they gotta wear pasties while they're running around. First of all, how great would the tan lines be?
Amazing.
But like I love the idea. I think it should be done and enforced, and it's like we should have to go one way or the other here.
I agree.
Either everybody free the titty or nobody gets to free the titty.
Pasties are like oval shaped and look like M&Ms.
Yes.
Complete with the logo, and I'll get paid for it.
Yeah, I like it. So I said, you could have some real fun, intricate, designs to leave cool patterns.
And I got the ad, right? Okay, so I walk out on the beach. I got my M&M pasties on, and you look over, and there's an M&M, and he's got pasties, but they're my face.
That's terrifying.
We high five and we go surf.
I think we should launch our own line of pasties with our faces on them.
Pasties?
That's a great idea. Pasties. Oh, dude.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Also makes me want to become a baker so I can make pastries. Just terrifying pastries that look like faces. You'll definitely see me in the back with dough on my face like I'm fucking Hannibal Lecter.
Right? Well, given that, I mean, they've got printers that print like the sheets of stuff for like cakes and stuff. So there's got to be an element of being able to do this.
I would assume there is.
Can you imagine you at the office and it's Paul's birthday and you're like, I got it covered. Be like, all right, well, hey, Tony said he's bringing the dessert or whatever. You come in, it's just a box of Paul's faces. Like
exactly, they're like raspberries, so you bite into them, they get all red. Like I brought Danishes, guys. Everyone loves a good Danish.
Oh man,
where did really you go? I went to pastries.
Yeah.
Duh. Oh. I thought that shit was obvious.
Oh my God. Yeah, I agree. That would be so fun though. I would do that. That is a place for sure. I could see it's like your birthday. I'd be like, dude, I'm going to get. Yeah, I'm going to pastries for sure. We're getting pastries. Whether it's one big one that's like a pie, kind of a thing, or it's individual ones,
right.
For sure.
For sure, pastries.
Right. Oh, it's your cat's birthday.
That's just terrifying, but I love it.
Right.
Oh man, the fuck? Why is my watch is telling me to go to bed, Brian.
Oh, well, you tell your watch to fuck right off.
Fuck off, watch. I guess I could hit the button.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. It kills you.
Exactly. See, it just wrap around my neck.
Yeah. No, it just constricts around your wrist, and then like you just keep feeling these like pinpricks. It's injecting poison into you.
Yeah, it's giving
The
me,
fuck?
a necrotic taint.
Yep, yep,
It's a slow death.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna get that infection,
I mean,
of the
sick band
groinal
name
region.
though. Necrotic
Yeah.
taint.
Yeah, it's pretty good,
Yeah.
especially when you do it with the like
Oh,
that
that metal.
font that every metal band
Yeah,
uses. Yeah,
exactly.
that'd be awesome.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
God damn it. I can't stop laughing about Facetries.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait. We just spit out $1 million idea, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
If only we knew, like a local bakery that we would be friendly with.
I know,
It'd be
right?
awesome.
That would be awesome.
Like, hey, we got a great idea for you guys.
Like listen up, because this is going to be amazing.
Yep.
Oh, I went to a brewery.
Yeah.
It's out in, I know I hate going local for our non-local people. It's out in Waterville, Ohio, because my brother and sister, my sister, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
family lives out there.
Sure.
And they're like, hey, you should meet us out here. It's called Buffalo Rock Brewing.
Okay.
Bro.
I believe I've heard the name like on the news. Is it new?
He opened up over the last year, I think.
Okay, yeah. I remember on the news they were talking about a new brewery in Waterville, so I'm pretty sure
It's
that's the one.
an old car wash that's been converted to a restaurant.
Nice. Do they just like, is it one where it's like the one's got the different bays and you
It
just like,
is.
nice.
But it's like they ripped out the walls and they kept the doors, or they put doors in probably. So in
Right.
the summertime, they can open up the whole building,
Smart.
which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for it being open less than a year, they had 12 beers on tap, and it was all theirs.
That's not
And the
bad.
ones I
Yeah.
had were pretty good. And
Cool.
their flights, bro, they
I
were
saw the pictures you had.
Jesus.
Yeah, because dude, you posted like on your Instagram, I think it was like, in your stories, it was like beer, and I'm like, holy shit, how many beers is he having? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
they were
because
healthy pours for a flight.
that was the thing is I'm like, I'm assuming you had gotten a flight, and then I'm seeing the size of the beers though, and I'm like, those aren't 3 ounce pours, those are
No.
pretty hefty pours, man.
Like,
Those are probably 6 or 8 ounces
because,
there.
I walked in, I was like, oh, they got 12 beers. Hey, do you guys do flights? Yep, 4 or 6. I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm just going to get 2 flights so I can try everything. And then I got
Naturally.
that first flight, and I was like, holy shit. I will get 1 flight.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where you go up to the counter and be like, I'm gonna need to cancel that, or I'm gonna need some to-go cups.
Well, I didn't tell them. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm going to end up getting 2 flights.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And then it was weird. I ran into a guy I used to work with, so I ended up buying.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that gets me, is I got that flight, 6 beers. Michelle got a Coke. She doesn't drink. And then I bought a dude I used to work with a beer. And my bill was less than $20.
All right, that's not bad.
And for a brewery?
Right.
Not bad at all.
Well, I mean, and it's extra nice that especially with them hefty pours, you got to
my only complaint is they had a guy in there playing music, and it was way too fucking loud.
It's always the problem.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, I understand you want the music to essentially, like for me, I'd prefer the music to be the
Yeah, I
background.
want coffee shop level.
Yeah. Like I love music, and don't get me wrong, there's certain kinds of music like if you have at your place, it's I don't know, it's weird, because like there's been times we were at Rockies and the band's playing, it was like, this is awesome, it's great, blah blah blah. Like when we saw that group of like, or even that other place we were at where it was that group of old timers.
Dude, I was just at that place having lunch with my mom over
Crushed.
the weekend.
Like they were just crushing it, but it was still really loud. And it doesn't need to be for that size place. Like it really could be toned down a little bit and be just as good.
Oh yeah.
So
because I'm not gonna lie, the dude was talented. He had a great voice. Just him and his guitar. He had a great voice. He knew how to play.
Yeah.
But it was and it's like it's all brick in there. You remember when Ernest Brewworks first opened?
Yes.
It was so loud in there.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have anything on their walls to like deaden the sound a little bit.
Right.
Oh my god, that's my only complaint about the place.
Yeah, and it's tough because when when you go into a place and there's music playing or somebody setting up and there's going to be music, it's like I kind of feel bad talking during the performance.
Yeah,
Because it's like I want to show them respect and listen to their music and everything. But at the same time, it's like, like if you and I, it's like if we're going out, we're going out to hang out and have a time. Like we want to talk.
oh yeah,
And it kind of sucks because then it's like, well, we either leave or it's going to be tough to hear in some of these places. And we've left bars where we absolutely couldn't hear each other. Like
yeah.
when we were at Ottawa Tavern that one
Like
night.
I'm not gonna
Remember they
lie,
started a rock band and we could not hear anything.
if it wasn't cold outside, I would have been outside. I
Yeah.
mean, that's how loud it was.
Yeah.
And I
And
love
that's
music.
it
I
sucks.
love live music.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Is like I love it. I wish it was just a little lower so you could enjoy the music and have a conversation.
Yeah, but it's like I was just there to, I was like, I wanted to have some beers, I wanted to bullshit with my brother-in-law, my sister, and
Yeah.
we're like, hey,
Yeah,
ah!
exactly.
you know,
Well, the worst part is like when we used to go out when it was like we'd have like five, six of us to where it's like you can't have any sort of a group conversation. Like if it's just you and I, we can lean over and kind of,
yeah,
whisper sweet
oh
nothings or
hell
whatever. But,
yeah,
you know, but when you've got, even when it was just like you, me, and T, it got awkward because you can't yell across two people.
no,
It's just impossible. So you almost have to have somebody stand in the middle so that you can actually,
yeah,
and
it was something.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
But, whatever. It's part of the gimmick, I
Part of
guess,
the
right?
gimmick. Well,
That's why I guess, if you and I go, the time to go is through the week because there's generally not music playing through the week at like up at Pavlov's, for instance, you know.
right.
Like for a while they were having the music outside. That's why they expanded that area. I found that out. I don't know if I mentioned that to you or not.
Oh no,
But they were having live music outside.
nice.
And I was like, "Oh, that's cool," and obviously through the winter, I can't imagine that they'll be having people outside perform. Maybe they got a bunch of heaters out there, but probably not.
I was talking to a guy I work with today because he was asking me about we've been talking a lot. He loves drinking like spirits. He says he doesn't like beer, but I am.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Just haven't found the right one yet.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like he wants to go with me to a brewery sometime, and I know he lives on the other end of town, but he bowls on my end of town.
Oh, okay,
So
that makes sense.
I think he goes to Glass Bowl. So I kind of want to be like, when do you bowl, and can you meet me at this brewery beforehand and go
Right.
to Pavlov's?
Right, because it's not too far from
Because I
there.
was telling him
Yeah.
about their peanut butter treat. That's
Yeah.
delicious.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow about it actually, because I know he bowled today.
Right.
Which, obviously that's not going to work out for podcasting. I mean, it could
Yeah.
because he's got a bowl. I'll have to leave eventually.
Yeah, because I assume
And
he bowls at probably 6
I have no
or
idea.
something. Well, because usually the men's leagues during the week are 6 to 9 range.
Yeah. But that's a thing that I'm sure if I'm sure if I figure this out, Brian, I will let you know, and I can.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, because it's like 5 minutes from my house.
Exactly.
I don't even know if it's 5 minutes. Yeah, it's probably about 5 minutes from my house. It's really close though.
It's super close.
That's what a friend of mine was asking, because she's got a friend who's got like a bar, asking what people like about the bars they go to and stuff. And I'm like, I was like, we don't really hit a lot of bars anymore. We generally hit breweries, but I was like, if we go to bars, we really look for kind of dive bars,
Oh
like
yeah.
local. I'm like, we're more about the vibe because of our age. It's like we don't want anything that has college kids.
No.
Basically, I'm like, if we walk in, there's a bunch of woo girls and bros. I'm like, we generally will just be like this, like we did at that one bar. We went in, we're like, this is not our scene,
Yeah.
and we just left.
Yeah. Like I wanna walk in and I want to smell stale beer. I wanted to have like a shitty pool table, maybe a pinball machine.
Right.
Maybe have food. At bare minimum, have chips like taped to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I want it to be one of those bars that you could go at like 4 in the afternoon or something, get a couple beers, and you walk out. You're like, it's so bright out here.
Yeah. You need a place with the dank for sure.
Oh yeah, I love places like those. Those are my favorite places.
Yeah, we want a place like Moe's.
Yeah,
That's what we're looking for. Moe's Tavern.
you're not wrong.
But I
But on the
told her
flip
also,
side, I also love a good like Florida bar that's outside.
yeah, that makes
So,
sense.
so it's like I don't know. I'm weird, I guess. I like outdoor, but I
Yeah,
like that dank indoor stuff too.
right, right.
I just don't
The
want
weather
a
has
woo bar.
to- right, exactly. It's yeah, that's no
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah, but I also told her that staff is
Infection?
important. No, no, no,
Oh,
no. Like bartenders and
MRSA?
stuff. I was like, you got to have people with good personalities. I'm like, I don't care what gender they are.
Oh no.
I was like, we just need someone who's fun to talk with because we love to sit at the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, if you sell craft beers, be knowledgeable of the craft beers because it really sucks when you go to a bar and you go, what do you have craft wise? And you're like, what would you recommend? They're like, oh, I don't drink any of this, basically.
Yeah. Like, what IPAs do you have? And they're like, I think Fat Tire's an IPA. It's like,
I hate that so
you
much.
dumb bitch. Yeah.
Meanwhile, like that one that worked at Rockies that used to be like, oh, you guys got to try this and you should try
Oh
this,
yeah,
and
yeah. Please.
like, yeah, let's do
Yeah,
this.
I love a like Norwegian blonde force feeding beer in my face.
I mean, that's a pretty good night.
I'm not mad at a Viking lady throwing beers at me.
No, no, she's cool. Yeah, yeah. She's fun. She's good to talk to.
Yeah, I don't even know. I haven't seen her in forever. I don't know if she works there anymore.
I don't know. We haven't gone over there much,
Dude, the
so
last time we were there, I was kind of like turned off a little bit by it.
the vibes.
Yeah, well,
Just
the no food still,
yeah,
and all those like the regulars you could tell, which just sucks because that bar is literally minutes from my house. Like I
yeah,
just need to
yeah.
cut through the neighborhood and I'm there.
Right. Yeah.
And it's one of my
It's
favorite bars, but it's like,
yeah. It just breaks my heart that they still don't like, even if they didn't have the rest of the food, that they don't just still have their pizzas.
yeah,
Even so, those pizzas were
I know.
legit.
Speaking of awesome bar food, though, we did a lunch last week or dinner last week at Burgers. God, I love that place. I don't know
Yeah.
how in this like food crisis we're having, they
Yeah.
maintain the quality of their food at the prices
Yeah.
because it's still delicious. I mean, for all I know, they're shooting stray dogs out back or something.
Hey, whatever. As long as it tastes
Dude,
good.
it's so good, and it's like it still meets some amazing price point,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was sitting there like smashing my patty melt, thinking like, oh yeah, Brian and I need to come here.
Yeah. Man, patty melt sounds good. I haven't
It
had one of
was
those.
good. That's the thing.
Man.
It was good.
Yeah.
Oh, and that
Yeah.
was the other thing of that brewery, too, is they had a food truck out there, right?
Yeah.
Ends up, it was a really good friend of a friend of mine at work.
Really?
So, I'm like, because he told me about it once. He's like, oh, yeah, my friend has a food truck. And I was like, looking at the name, I texted him, like, is this your buddy's truck? He's like, oh, yeah. So as soon as I walk up, I'm like, hey, Ben says, hey. They're like, oh, hey, how do you know him? It turned into a whole thing.
He pulls a gun on you. He's like, you tell that
You
son
son
bitch
of
he
a
owes me money.
bitch.
Okay.
Then I got then my buddy at work texted me like, "Oh yeah, how's the food?" And it was good. I
Yeah.
got this. Do you like pimento cheese?
No, not
Oh, well,
really.
then you wouldn't like this. But I got this sandwich called South in the Mouth,
All right.
and it was pulled pork, ham, bacon jam, and pimento cheese, and then like put in a panini press. It was
Interesting.
good as fuck.
I might, something like that. I might try
It was good.
because all those flavors together.
Yeah.
I'm not like how I've been for a long time. It's like I know I'm not the most adventurous eater, but I'm usually at least game to give it a try.
I mean, I
You know?
guess if you're a local listener of Salty Language, it's Captain's Kitchen. Check him out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that name from somewhere. Probably random Facebook advertising.
Well, it's like originally we were talking food at work, and I don't. I like lobster, a good lobster roll. And he's like, "Oh, that's what my buddy's food truck does." So I was looking forward to it. He didn't have any seafood at all, which I asked the next day. I told my buddy there, and he's like, "Ah, yeah, he's just it's getting the end of food truck season, so he's trying to like use up his supplies."
Oh,
Like,
that makes
well,
sense.
yeah, I can't fault the guy for that.
Yeah.
Although I was really like, yeah, fucking lobster roll sounds good.
That is the only downside to like bars having food trucks up here is that we are getting into that time of year to where I could see where you wouldn't want to sit out in your food truck.
Yeah, a lot of them are going to be shutting down for the season. I've seen because I
Yeah.
follow a food truck page on Facebook, of course,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of people are like, "Hey, it's our last weekend out," and
Yeah. That's why I said
yeah,
it's one of those things that it's like there's so many things like that, and the losing patios and all that kind of stuff that like up here, especially as we're getting older and stuff, and it's like why do we live up here again? Like this is
dude,
totally against our lifestyle.
I know,
Like what are we doing?
dude. Right now I've got the thickest socks I own on because
Right.
my tootsies are cold.
Yuck.
Thick, two C's,
Yeah.
thick.
Yeah.
And it's like I put them on and I look at my poor flip flops crying in the corner. I'm like, I know, buddy, I know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm like, why the
Right. They're
fuck
crying
do I
because
live here?
flip-
Yeah, I know why. It's
yeah.
because my
Well,
friends
that's
and my
it's like
family live here. That's why. But
yeah, like
still,
I don't need it to be like, 80 year round. I just want it to where we can keep our patio life,
yeah,
cuz I'm like you. I enjoy I mean, I love sitting at the bar when we go places, and it's no secret I am obviously, I like my air conditioning, but I also, dude, if it's a nice day, let's sit on the patio and
oh,
feel
I
the
love a
breeze and all that
patio.
stuff, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm in. That's you and I've done it plenty of times up at Pavlov's where
yeah,
it's like, hey, you want to sit outside? Yeah, let's sit outside.
I love a
It's
patio.
yeah. I mean, it'd be nicer if they had a little bar outside, but
Right now, I don't have to go inside like a savage.
yeah, right. But I I know it's plus also I suffer from seasonal depression, so that's you know that doesn't help either. That our freaking skies are gray, like I've said
Dude,
before, pretty much from now till March.
this is the time of year I hate the most because all of my daylight I spend at work.
Yeah,
Like I go to
yeah,
work and it's dark. Well, I mean it's not quite that time, but by the
yeah.
time I get home and
It's
like
pretty close.
shower, it's
Yeah,
dark. But
yeah,
soon it's gonna be. I go to work, it's dark. I leave, it's dark.
yeah.
It
I know it's such.
sucks.
It was like I was in therapy, or no, not. Was it therapy? I'm trying to, because again, week and a half. I'm trying
I
to
know we're all fucked up.
rewind. Anyway, oh no, it wasn't. I was talking with a social worker. That's what it was. And while I was talking with her, she asked, was asking how I'm doing and everything. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I was good. I was like, then our weather went from being 60s and really nice out actually to all of a sudden it's like 40 and gray, you know. And I was like, and man, what a kick in the pants that is. It just, I get up and I look outside and I'm like, it's just blah. There's just no color. I mean, there's color on the trees,
Yeah.
That's why I said if it wasn't for the color of the trees, like when it gets the most depressing here to me is when all the leaves are gone on the trees and we don't have snow. So you just have this muted, ugly grass. There's no color in the
Oh yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
The sky's gray. It's like you just look outside and you're like, okay, who muted all the color
What
palette? Like,
happened?
can we have a little color somewhere?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like Sunday morning, I was rubbing the boogers out of my eyes and stuff, and
Right.
dumping out the previous day's old coffee, getting ready to make a new batch, and I look out the window. I'm like, it's fucking snowing.
Yeah.
Are you kidding
Yeah.
me right now?
Yeah, I think we got, what was it, just about an inch they said we might get. I don't know what the final number
I
was, but
don't.
it didn't really stick
It didn't
around.
stick
But
around, but it was annoying.
I think it's supposed to be 60 by like what, Wednesday or
Yeah, it's
something.
supposed to warm up for a day and then drop again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the time of year we're at here. It's just
it's the worst, is what it is.
realistically, it's weird though, because this used to be more how October was for us.
Yeah,
Once you kind of get to that second week of October, usually things would kind of turn and be like, oh yeah, it's fall, and we didn't see 60-degree days a whole lot. Now it's November and we've got a 60-degree day coming,
right?
So it's wild.
It is wild.
But yeah, like I said, it's like all this stuff happening. It's like we just need to just say to hell with it and move, man. Like wherever, we just need to pick a place and I'll just go with you because whatever.
All right, cool.
Let's just do this and get out of this dump.
Dude, I mean, this is a conversation I've had with Michelle every winter since her and I like have become an item.
Yeah.
Because the winter hurts her.
Oh, I'm
Like the
sure.
cold
Yeah.
hurts her joints.
Yeah.
And every time she's like, I'm so cold, I'm in so much pain. I go, why do you live here? Like, why
Yeah.
didn't you
Really?
move when you found out like what's wrong with you and where it's like warm
Yeah.
all the time?
It's
Oh,
tough because when you got family in places, though,
I
it's
mean it's true.
you know that's what I mean. That's really you know would be the thing that would keep me here.
Right.
Other than that, it's like whatever. I'd be okay moving somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean I
You know.
get it because it's like same deal. My family,
Yeah.
but it's like at this point, my parents spend so much time down south. I might as well move down there.
Yeah. There's that too. Yeah.
Shit.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird, wild
Eh,
stuff, my guy.
Yeah.
Ugh. I got a bunch of random shit. Unless you got some more fun things about life.
No, I don't think I really have anything else that's gone on recently.
Let's see
So
here.
I got random stuff too.
This is something my daughter dialed me into.
All right.
Did you see the Adult Swim short "Come Learn with Pibby"?
No.
No. Oh,
No.
interesting. All right. Um, one, I'm really hoping it becomes a series. If you haven't seen the trailer, it's terrific. I'm hoping. Why would it be on this page I pulled up? Yeah, it's like it looks like a short like educational like children's cartoon. It's like very
Yeah.
brightly, funly animated. Like, come learn of Pibby, and then all this weird shit starts happening,
Okay.
and it crosses like all these weird pixels start eating characters, and it crosses these weird boundaries with like the Flintstones and the Jetsons and Adventure Time, and it turns
Okay.
very dark and terrifying.
Yeah, I'm not watching it currently, but I was kind of reading a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's
Oh my.
it's pretty terrific, and I'm if I mean it was just a 2 minute short, but I'm really hoping to actually make a series out of it.
The wiki says that it's an upcoming American adult animated comedy horror action television
Good.
series.
Well, I'm
Whew.
glad that's a thing because it is terrific.
All right, I'll definitely
You
have
have to
to.
watch the short they put up, and
Okay.
yeah, let me know what you think.
Yeah, because I can see obviously when you look on Google or whatever, it shows like the thumbnails of whatever, so I can see some of the stuff you're talking about, like because there's Adventure Time and whatever. So all
Yeah,
right.
come learn with Pibby. I got an article from what is it, comicbookreader.com, CBR, and
Yeah.
there is a link to the YouTube video within it. I was gonna play it on our little program here, but it's age restricted, so it means I got to go click around. And I don't feel like fucking with it. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
but yeah, check it out, Brian. Check it out, or check it out, everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
All right.
Yeah, I know. It because they had the was it the Adult Swim Fest or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're doing it all virtual this year, and because they showed, I don't know if you ever saw the Rick and Morty like Samurai and Shogun, I think it is, episode.
I am unfortunately like several seasons behind on Rick and Morty now.
Well, I don't remember if it's part of a season or if that was just like a one-off. Anyway, the second part is on their YouTube. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna jump on and check it out some point here
Check it
because
out.
it's pretty good. It really essentially feels like Lone Wolf and Cub kind of a concept to where like Morty's in like a wheelchair kind of thing and Rick's pushing him around, and Rick is obviously a sword fighter and all this stuff.
Well,
And
naturally.
yeah, so I'll have to watch the second part, but the first part's entertaining. It's all in Japanese. Yeah.
Right.
So mm. Because I actually think there's a whole element of that to Rick and Morty that I really like. Was I really like the idea of similar to like Star Wars Visions, but with Rick and Morty,
Oh,
to where it's like let's tell all these other stories of maybe different dimension or different universes, Rick and Morty's kind of a
I mean, I
thing.
think that's
I think there could be a lot of fun
yeah,
in that.
that's like a great idea. I like that idea.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I also we had one of our over across the pond listeners.
Yeah.
Well, one gave us some nice kudos on our Halloween spectacular. Appreciate it. But we were making fun of British cuisine,
Yeah.
and
As you
as you do,
as
as
Americans. Yeah.
Americans, yeah, we throw your tea in the water. We make fun of your dishes.
Not that we really have any actual cuisine here. It's all stolen from other cultures.
America, am I right?
Yeah.
He told me though.
We just put sour cream or mayo on it. That's what makes it
Hell
ours.
yeah, mayonnaise is American.
Yeah.
He told me we should check out Stargazy Pie, which is a holiday situation apparently. And I got a recipe pulled up here, Brian.
Okay.
And I would love to scroll through it if my mouse wasn't such a piece of shit. There we go.
Ah, there it is.
So it's English sardine pie. And the picture is wonderful.
Oh my God, I'm looking at pictures of this.
There's little fishies poking out like, hey, what's up? It says, in this
it's almost like the stuff on top, like the crust or whatever, is almost like picture if that was the ocean and these fish are poking their heads up out of the water.
That's exactly it. It says, in this whimsical Cornish dish, whole sardines poke their heads through the crust of a savory pie filled with bacon, hard-boiled eggs, and a mustard-laced custard.
Ugh. Right?
So for the crust, you need flour, salt, mustard powder. Actually, that's kind of interesting. Put mustard powder. See, like a mustard crust. Butter, water. And then the filling is bacon, butter, onion, chicken stock, creme fraiche, mustard, parsley, lemon juice, eggs, sardines, and hard-boiled eggs.
Wow. Yeah, I'm a hard pass on this one. Because one, I'm not about that sardine life.
Oh, come on.
Also,
Brian.
hard-boiled eggs can fuck right off too.
I am a hard-boiled egg fan.
Yeah, I'm absolutely not.
I'm gonna go Stargazy Pie review.
Yeah, because I pulled up the wiki for it because I was curious what they have for it. But it's basically exactly what you were saying. It says the dish is traditionally held to have originated from the village of Mousehole in Cornwall and is traditionally eaten during the festival of Tom Bawcock's Eve to celebrate Tom Bawcock, Bawcock, to celebrate his heroic catch during a very stormy winter. According to the festival, which is combined with the Mousehole Village illuminations, the entire catch was baked into a huge Stargazy pie, encompassing 7 types of fish and saving the village from starvation.
I'd rather starve.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'd eat around the fish. Some of the stuff in there just, sounds kind of like, hey, it's just a pot pie, basically.
Like I could get behind like breakfast pie. Keep that fish out though.
Yeah, I'm good without the fish.
I don't want to hear about your goddamn cat catching 7 different fishes and making a pie for a village.
My favorite part is the fish sticking through the pie.
I mean, that is as the previous article I was looking at, whimsical.
Like there's a picture on the wiki where it just shows it to where it's almost like the sardines are sticking out the sides instead, like, and it's just not as whimsical as sticking through the top. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fish person, but I especially don't want to like the first part of the fish that I'm seeing. I don't want it to be like the head or face of the fish. It's just
nothing but fish dicks.
It just creeps me out. Yeah, fish dicks way better.
Said Stargazy Pie is an odd-looking invention. This is from Vice. A dish where the fish gaze up at the sky from a buttery crust, but it's more too. It's said to be born of famine. You don't say. I'm starving. What do we got?
Fish, sawdust, and pie crust.
Fuck it. Throw it in the pan. Let's do it. I'm starving.
And then you boil it, I think.
But here's the question, Brian. Say you go over the pond for Christmas.
Right.
Do you have a slice of Stargazy Pie? Like you go to like Mousehole, England. Right?
I feel like if you're going to Mousehole, England, you're probably going with the intent of having some of this.
You go to Mousehole, England. and you go to like Steve Mousehole's house, and
right.
he's like, hey, me mum. That's Scotland.
That was
I can't do an
terrible.
accent
Yeah.
right now, but he's like,
Or ever.
whatever. He's like, in cue English accent here. He's like,
Right.
hey, my mom makes the best Stargazy pie in all of Mousehole.
Right.
Do you go, all right? Or do you go, I just can't, bro?
Yeah. Uh, it's tough because I've watched enough of like Anthony Bourdain and Andrew Zimmer and different stuff to where it's like I don't want to go be rude,
Right. Like, do you just
but I also,
nibble on it a little bit?
oh,
Or,
man, maybe
or
or
like
I,
a 5-year-old just kind of pushes stuff around your plate?
yeah, or maybe I just somehow cough it back into my hand and wrap it in my napkin or something.
Dude, classic. What's out the window? And you throw it to the dog.
Yeah, the whole plate.
Yeah, I don't know about no Stargazy pie.
Yeah.
I will include this
Sorry, I
link
think.
to this Vice article though, because it gives a little history about it. So
Okay,
yeah.
cool. That's better than what I got here. So, beauty.
Oh yeah, Stargazy pie.
Yeah, yeah, man.
I want some pie now.
So,
Sounds good.
did you have a look at all the stuff that Disney announced for the Disney Plus Day?
Funny enough, I have the list pulled up. I figured we'd do a quick scroll through it.
Well, how convenient. Well, let's go ahead and do that then.
Let's see here.
God, this page that I've got's trying to have pop-ups, and videos, and all this stuff
Do you
playing
remember
here.
that show, pop-up video?
Yeah, I do. Pop-up video. Yeah.
Good stuff. Ow.
All right. So go ahead.
No, you're good. What's up?
I was gonna get a drink. So
Oh,
go
okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I have it from CNET. I'm not sure where you got it. It's basically they're just covering Marvel stuff. I don't really give a shit about the Disney stuff.
Yeah, you do.
Do I?
Yeah, of course
I
you
mean,
do.
Willow.
No,
That's kind of cool. They're doing a Willow series.
yeah.
Like I was watching some sort of like video about what was. I'm like, what is that Warwick, whatever his name? What is he doing? Oh, they have
Yeah.
Willow
Well,
series.
I know. Yeah.
So how about I just start naming stuff off and we can just talk about it real quick.
Okay.
All right. So, Moon Knight show.
Yeah.
What do you think about them apples?
Dude, I'm so on board for this. Like, when they announced Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight, I was like, he seems to be a great casting. And this is a book I always dug. Like, I always liked reading this and the story behind it of how he's essentially got, a lot of this seems to take place what feels like in his head.
Right.
Like the one, where he's been like a mental patient and the things he's seeing like the guard as someone who's threatening him in his own mind, and he's the only one who can save people. Almost like he's seeing the world kind of like
I
Neo,
see the world
to where
through
he can
bloodshot eyes. Sorry.
but you know what I mean? Like I just the story behind it's great. I dig it. I cannot wait for this series.
Nice. All right,
Yeah.
let's scroll down. She-Hulk show.
I'm down for this. I think they cast it pretty well. It looks like it should be fun. So She-Hulk's always been. I'm curious to see how much of it is superhero versus how much of it is courtroom.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping they do a nice fine balance.
Yeah, I would assume they will.
Yeah.
I hope.
It says Marvel specifically refers this one as a comedy series, quote unquote.
Okay, I'm okay
So
with
we'll
that.
see. And it sounds like Tim Roth is going to be returning as the Abomination. Anything that's
really?
got Tim Roth, I'm down for.
Yeah.
Just saying. I've heard Shang-Chi's
Right.
really good. Side note, but apparently he's
Yeah.
briefly in there. What about Miss Marvel
I
show?
The what
Miss
now?
Marvel.
Okay, yeah. This is the Oh shoot, I forgot what her character's name
introduces
is.
Kamala Khan, a 16-year-old Pakistani American from
Yes.
Jersey City who's a huge fan of the Avengers and Captain Marvel. The clip features Kamala mixing her normal life at school and at the mosque with trying to figure out new superpowers in a homemade costume.
Yeah. I enjoyed reading the book on this and stuff, but I'm it's always tough because it's a teenage character, so how they write that becomes whether or not it hits or not for like
Right.
us, you know. So, but I if nothing else, I love the fact that it's, you know, it's another Muslim character getting some look from the you know, the Marvel universe. So that's a cool thing. And I think they've been slowly introducing, I think, pieces of the Young Avengers, and I think that's coming down the
Oh, I
road.
would imagine so.
You know,
For sure.
yeah.
Um, what about brand new Marvel announcements? Echo. I have no idea. A deaf superhero who will be introduced in Hawkeye. Any idea? Did she just walk around
No,
click?
not very stealthy,
Not
but
very stealthy.
God, why do I? No, this one doesn't ring a bell
Yeah,
for me.
apparently she's going to be introduced in the Hawkeye series, then she's going to have her own spin-off series. So they must be thinking it's going to be awesome.
Okay, how's the character's name spelled?
ECHO, Echo.
I didn't think it would be double C's because that would have been like the Dolphin game on Sega
Yeah, that would have been
Genesis.
sick. Echo the Dolphin returns in Marvel Studios' own Echo.
Oh, I'd be in for that. Like that's the character in the show. It's a dolphin.
How about the return of Catherine Hahn as Agatha in Agatha's House of Harkness?
I, I'll say this: I'm a little weary on that one because as a supporting character, that character's
I
fantastic.
kind of feel the same way.
I don't know if we want a whole series. We'll see. We'll see how they write it and produce it. If it allows Catherine Hahn to still be kind of fun and goofy and evil, it might be a really fun
Right.
watch. You know. So I'm real like yeah about that one, but you know, obviously I'm gonna watch it. You know, it's not like I won't. Well, as long as it actually comes out,
Right.
because obviously things could always change.
Things could always change. This
Oh
this
wow,
this
you weren't kidding about that Echo character. I'm looking at something from November 12th from Den of Geek. It actually says she will shoot, where is it? The character will be introduced in Hawkeye later this month, unless they're meaning Hawkeye the TV show.
I
That's
think
what they're
yeah,
meaning,
yeah.
I bet.
The Christmas Hawkeye
Yeah,
series
yeah, I
coming
forgot
out.
Hawkeye. Yeah, so okay.
This is the one everyone's jacking off about. X-Men 97.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that hits us right in the nostalgia. I mean, how do you not get excited for
Also,
that?
props to Disney for using the Wolverine meme.
Yes.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
And I agree with
Yep.
whoever wrote the CNET article. It better have the theme tune. It better.
I
Don't
can't
even
imagine
change
you'd
it.
screw with because that's so iconic. It's like if I play that, you immediately know what is on.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I would hope they wouldn't screw with that.
Yeah, so that's I mean that's actually the one that made me go what and click on the thing when I first saw X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Got pretty excited about that.
Right.
What about Spider-Man: The Freshman Year?
I didn't see that. Oh, wait, is that the
I
animated
believe,
series?
yeah, it's like Spider-Man Year One,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah. I'm always down for any Spider-Man animated series, even if it's aimed at like 4-year-olds. I'll watch it.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna lie, that Spidey and Friends that's on Disney Plus, I added it to my queue, and I think that's aimed at like 5-year-olds.
You're the best, Brian. This is one that kind
I
of
mean, it's no secret I'm a Spider-Man
you are
guy.
a Spider-Man
So,
guy.
yeah.
This is one that kind of threw me off a little bit. Marvel
Mhm.
Zombies. Like I like that episode of What If. I don't know if that episode warrants a series.
Well, if you look at it from that perspective, maybe not. But there was a whole like
I know they did a whole run.
series. Yeah, and then I think they came back to that universe. So obviously it'll be tough to go from like where we saw in What If forward, but they'd could definitely go back to kind of when it started and before that
beginning.
flesh it out. I think it'll be, it'll be, I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it
I'll
because
watch
why
it
would
too. Anything Marvel puts out now, I'm sold on.
But
Basically,
I am with you a little bit. They kind of gave us that whole. Now, again, obviously, because What If can take place anywhere in the multiverse, this could be another universe that has the zombies, but maybe doesn't have the same outcomes,
That's true.
So who knows how that'll turn out? But yeah, I'm definitely in. I loved it. Was a great series, and it was fun. So as far as the comic goes,
Yes. And then it says stuff we already knew about. Secret Invasion.
yeah, definitely excited for that because I think that's going to lead to bigger things because that's that ties into Skrulls again, and you know I think that's going to probably that may tie into like Captain Marvel 2 and stuff like that. I don't know how that'll go, but
Right.
they'll stick with the Skrulls thing or not. But that's the uh, Nick Fury vehicle, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it'll be fun to have that anyway.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
I'm sure it'll be fun, right?
Hope so.
I
I
don't
mean,
see
it
how it
says
can't
it's
be.
writer and director James Gunn is involved. So
Yeah, so it should be a
yeah.
good romp.
What about Ironheart? Dominique
Yeah,
Thorne
that's
as Riri Williams, a teenage girl genius who creates an Iron Man style high tech armor suit.
yeah. Basically, she became kind of like kind of like the replacement a little bit for Stark in the thing. Once again, like I'd mentioned before, I think this fits into Young
Right.
Avengers because here's your
Here's
Iron
your
Man,
Iron Man.
basically. Yeah, or not Iron Man, Iron Heart, if you will.
Ironheart, fair enough. Of course,
Yeah.
What If season 2?
Yep. Well, definitely excited
Yeah.
for that because I wish so badly they would just, like I've said before, I wish they would go into the What If comics instead of having it always have to tie into the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Right.
but I'll take it either way.
And then the last one they have listed here is I Am Groot. It's a series of shorts following Baby Groot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that one, but all right.
Right.
Eh, again, I'll watch it, but I'm not like super
I mean, if
excited
they're
about it.
shorts, I can deal with that. If it was a series,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
exactly that's exactly how I feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the list that at least CNET put together.
Yeah. Yeah, because the only other things, Monkey season 2 was officially announced. That's basically it. Otherwise, yeah. Um, but
Yeah, I know
like,
there's a bunch of stuff coming to Disney Plus, like
yeah,
Obi-Wan Kenobi and some Boba Fett stuff.
right.
If you got more stuff,
No, it was pretty much that. But it's like
rattle them off, buddy.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, obviously, excited for that
Everyone. Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
that should be good. And you see in the concept art, there's a thing where it shows him fighting Vader.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so that's interesting to me.
That is interesting.
Um, but yeah, I think that's basically it. The rest were all like you said. It was mostly the Marvel stuff I wanted to talk about anyway. So because there really
It's
isn't
most
a ton
important stuff.
of Star Wars stuff because we've already got Book of Boba Fett, and then it looks like the next series will be what's his nuts, Obi-Wan, and then
Oh,
it'll
what's his
probably be
nuts?
about it'll probably, and then after that I assume it'll probably be about time for Mandalorian.
Right.
So, we're pretty much mapped out as far as Star Wars goes. I do want to watch the Under the Helmet special that they added
Yeah.
that's about Boba Fett. I haven't watched it yet, but I added that to my queue the other night because it looks interesting. Especially about how popular a dang character got for like 4 minutes of airtime.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy.
And became one of the most popular characters from Star Wars.
Yeah, it is insane.
Pretty wild, yeah.
Pretty wild.
Have you I know, like, you and I, neither one have really been like staying on top of the video games and whatnot, but have you seen anything for this game called Elden Ring?
The only reason I know about Elden Ring is because my son has told me about it since it was announced because he loves the Dark Souls games.
Okay.
So he's been
Right.
on board with Elden Ring since forever.
Yeah. They finally, like, IGN, this link I have, the guy got like hands-on time in their little like closed world. How they put walls around so you can't go everywhere, but you get your hands on the game a little bit and
Yeah.
everything. And listening to this guy break the game down and stuff, it sounds pretty awesome. And it's got cool stuff to where instead of having to where it's like, well, you don't want to go in this area because it's too tough kind of a thing. What it does is like if you go in an area and you're like, oh man, I'm in way over my head, you
Right.
can hit the bricks and the enemies will essentially stay in their area. So you can actually run away. And it sounds like from what he said from the beginning of the game, you can go wherever you want to go. Like there's an illuminated path essentially that's like, hey, this might be whatever, but you can go however you want to go. And it's not like, oh shit, I went into like a level 50 area and I'm only level 1. It's that it sounds like the difficulty kind of tiers to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I've always liked. I hated when games had that to where it's like, you don't want to come here until you're level 50, like I just said, and it's like, oh, all right, well, I guess I have to go this way now.
Well, from what I understand about the Souls games, because I've only played Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And that's hard, is they're all stupid. So even if it levels to you, it's still going to be hard as fuck.
Yeah, well, that's what the guy even said. He said some of the stuff is really challenging. And it said in the one article I read, it said that, you have to, some of it's about just, your combat. Some of it is like figuring out kind of the environment a little bit. And, it's like you can approach it different ways. And there's 5 different classes, I think, or so you can play, or 6, something like that. But there's also a co-op option in the game, which is one of the reasons that I'm like, ooh, because it's like the concept of like I love the idea of Skyrim and it looks like a great game, but it's like I really wish you could give me one of these games where we can squat up a little bit, Right. And I didn't realize that.
Really great game, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't realize that in their previous versions of like Bloodborne and stuff like that, there is some co-op or at least multiplayer options. But I was like, oh, well, that adds to this a little bit too, because this could be a fun game to kind of tag team off the ropes and play.
Good old tag.
But it looks pretty cool. I'm actually thinking I'm probably going to go pre-order it,
nice.
and give it a go. Although if it's super stupid hard, I'll probably just end up snapping it in half, throwing it in the trash. But
I mean, you'll have that.
Nah, I'm kidding. I don't do that.
You will have that. I mean, I know. Speaking of video games and stuff, because my coworkers and my kids have been trying to get me back into it. I re-downloaded Fortnite.
Yeah.
And apparently Naruto's coming to Fortnite mid-November, y'all.
Oh boy.
Leaf Village.
You can be able to run around like Naruto.
I hope so,
dude. If they don't, that would be a big miss, right?
Yeah,
like you have to have Naruto running in there.
That'd be a huge miss if they don't have Naruto running.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, there you go. I'll be playing fucking Fortnite again.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Right. I know, right?
Boy. Yep.
I got one of these little situations for you, Brian.
Hmm?
Shut up and take my money.
Oh yeah?
I do.
All right.
I sent you this link, I don't know, a little bit earlier in the week. Holy shit, I just got an email as loud as fuck. I sent you this little TikTok I saw.
Yeah.
And it was for the most amazing rubber bullet gun I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's called from this website. So I'm assuming you just buy these like off of like AliExpress or something. Because this website is Toy Story Tom. And it's the Toy Story Tom TikTok Toy Soft Pistol.
Oh my goodness.
But I've seen this at other websites and it's the exact same thing. So you just have to Google Toy Soft Pistol, basically.
Right.
But it looks like some sort of Glock or I don't know fucking guns. It's a handgun. And it has little casings and little rubber bullets you put in the casings and it has a magazine and you load it and cock it and it ejects the shells but shoots the rubber bullet.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
It really is. Like it's funny though cuz the only downside to me I was like, God, that means you have to put them back together every time.
Well, yeah, you got to reload your ammo.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but
that's
I still kind
pretty of cool. If this would have been a thing out as when we were kids, well, we probably would have got shot by the police.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, because when we were kids, all the guns didn't have to be orange, so
Well, I mean, there's one of these that's silver and black that you can buy. That's a terrible idea.
That's a terrible idea. Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels like they should all have to be like bright neon colors
It's
so
like
that
I'm looking at this
Yep.
4-pack. You have pink and white, red and black, blue and black, and then silver and black. Although
What do they
looks
run?
like
What? How much do they cost?
$48
Like a piece or for the 4-pack?
a piece.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there's other. Oh my God, they have a sniper rifle.
Now you're talking.
Oh, but it's got a weird dragon on it. I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about a dragon.
Yeah.
That's
It's pretty cool though. It's got
Yeah.
a backrest, a quadruple lens, a strap.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much is that? Does it say?
And that would run you $80.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah. And
mean, if
it's a rifle. It comes with a quadruple lens, a backrest, a silencer, a bullet clip, a silver dragon pendant, a strap, 8 bullet cases, 10 suction cup ones, 10 elite soft bullets.
I kind of want one of those.
I mean, from what it kind of looks like the bullets, quote unquote,
Yeah.
are like Nerf darts.
Right.
But you put them inside this casing.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
it shoots it out of the casing, then you probably
Right.
like when the gun cycles, it probably just ejects it.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was saying. It was like, man, if I'm going to spend 50 on a handgun, I kind of would rather just spend 80 and get the sniper rifle.
I mean, you're not wrong, right?
We just need a better area to shoot them in.
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah. All right, we got to go out. We got to buy some GI Joes. We're setting up our shooting range again.
Yeah, that's fair. Time to start hitting garage
Time to
sales.
start hitting garage sales. That is pretty cool. So yeah, the old shut up and take my money little toy pistol. It really reminded me of the rubber bullet guns we used to have, just because of the reloadable magazine.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That was what I thought when I saw it too, because I was like, oh man, like good thing they didn't have those when we were kids.
I know, right?
But yeah.
I mean, what's up?
Not quite. This isn't a shut up and take my money at all. But do you see? I mean, I guess it is, but not for us. Yeah, you saw that Bell's sold to the same place that bought out New Holland, right?
I did see that. And
what I think is funny is Bell's positioned it on their Twitter, like, "Hey, we we're like partnering up with New Holland, or I'm sorry, not New Holland. I keep saying New Belgium, not New Holland, New Belgium." And I'm like, yeah, but it's actually by a bigger company than
yeah, like,
but yeah.
I mean, the way I look at it, it's like it's kind of upsetting, but at the same time, I'm not mad at it because that dude started Bell's out of his fucking garage.
Oh, I know. He's and I have had him contact me on Twitter after a couple, like, I forgot what it is. The one year, I don't know if you remember it, I got their, what was it, their Halloween beer or their Christmas beer? And I was like, this is like flavorless. Like there was no, I gave it a bad review on Untapped and he actually reached out to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And was like, what about it was blah, blah, blah. And I think what he was doing was like trying to figure out if it was the beer or if it was maybe the delivery system.
Right.
Like maybe it was on the bar's end and not their end, or he was trying to figure out what it was. And, yeah, I had a short chat with him.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Right. And
like, I can't be mad at the guy.
Oh no, I'm not mad at the guy at all.
The only thing
so he's retiring.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
exactly. He's retiring. I told you, I'm like, the only thing I can hope is they still, granted they're underneath this big corporate umbrella now. Yeah. As long as they keep producing the same delicious beer, I don't care.
Yeah. Right. The upside to it is it allows them to get more reach.
Yes.
Their beers now can get, and I mean, Bell's already was pretty well all over, but this gives them even more distribution power. And they've said that there's no plan on changing, I believe, like employees or current beers.
Right.
So, which that current beers thing could be, feels ominous, but may not be. It's one of those to where they could, nix maybe if the brewery, let's say, plan 50 new beers, they might go, let's try 30 instead. That may happen or something, but who knows? And, whatever. The quality of the beer will probably stay similar,
I would assume.
or the same, so I don't know.
I mean, I remember because, if you recall, once upon a time, like Shorts beer was always like, we're never leaving Michigan. Fuck the other states.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, hey, here's a pile of money. We want to distribute to other states. And they're like, yes.
Yeah. Right.
And it's like, I mean, at the time, I was like, those fucking sellouts.
Right.
But then I'm like, in hindsight, it gives them more money to create, hopefully, better product.
Yeah. Right.
And I mean, I do love Bell's beer, and I love what they stand for, and
it also helps them keep their cost down because they'll have access to hops being bought maybe en masse instead of being one brewery buying hops or whatever. So there's those elements in there too. But yeah, it's just weird because a few years ago you never would have thought that Founders, Bell's, Shorts would all have been bought out.
It's true.
And now all three, plus New Belgium and various others throughout the state that were like really well-known breweries throughout Michigan, especially. But, some of those like Founders and Bell's have, permeated other markets well before they were bought.
Well, it's like, beer became big business. I mean, even bigger business than it was.
And it's interesting, though, because, with the advent of seltzers, and then now seltzers are kind of cooling. But now the big rise is in the non-alcoholic stuff, beers and cocktail mixes and
all that jazz.
Liquors, whatever they're called, the non-alcoholic ones. There's a lot of money going into that stuff now. So I don't blame any of these breweries because at any one point, Dark Horse too was another one that's but I can't blame any of them for maybe going, you know what, this is a good way of kind of making sure things stay where they are. And of course, I mean,
although to be fair, with Dark Horse, they were going bankrupt, and another Michigan brewery just bought them.
Right.
But even still, they're still producing beer. You can still go buy Two Heart or Crooked Tree.
Right.
And that's, I mean, like, I know a lot of, because I'm a member of some beer groups online. And as soon as this notification came out, especially Michigan beer groups, people are like, what the? People were like, should we dump out our bells and protest? It's like, you people are all idiots.
Okay, first of all, that's just stupid. If you don't want to buy more going forward, that's one thing. But why would you pour out stuff you've already paid money for?
I will never turn down a Two-Hearted.
Oh, God, no. Not unless they change the, if they put out, Two-Hearted 2, and then go Two-Hearted Classic, then maybe I'll have a problem. But
Two-Hearted Clear.
Clear, yeah,
Yeah.
But they're not going to fuck with stuff like Two-Hearted. Two-Hearted's a tried and true seller.
It's a staple.
It's a beer people around the country know. I can't see them fucking with that.
Right.
Like, if they're going to fuck with anything, it'll be newer beers to where they won't, like I said, I could see maybe where they'd be like, let's maybe not be as adventurous now or whatever. But even then, there's these big companies want to buy these others because there's something about them that they see as marketable or usable.
I mean, like now, Bell's is doing their Planet series again, and it's hard to find that beer. Like, because my buddy Mike sent me a picture. He found Mars. That shit's delicious. Like, I haven't had every Planet, but I've had a lot of them.
Right.
And it's like every year they do something goofy. Like, I think last year they had like a literary series, and it was like these really beautiful bottles. I was like, Over the Prairie, and all these, but they were good,
Yeah. But that's the thing, is if the big companies really wanted to fucks with stuff, they would go, well, hey, this sells, so let's make 5 times as much.
Right.
See,
that's the thing of craft beer, though, is that's not what you want to do.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying is I
You got
think
to
a
have those
lot of
chase
these.
figures.
Yeah, exactly. I think some of these places that are getting bought up are getting bought up by places that are like, let's just leave them alone. As long as they're still doing all right, leave them
Yeah,
alone,
let them do
basically.
their little weird thing they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some budgetary changes in all of it because, it's still going to be about bottom
Oh
line,
yeah,
of
it's
course.
always going to be about money.
Yeah. So,
But it'll
that's why I
be
said it's just,
the sad thing is it'll be goofy shit that affects the employees. Like,
yeah,
hey, you know
exactly.
what? We used to go to. I mean, I think Bell's they're out of Kalamazoo. We used to go to
Yeah.
like the Kalamazoo Clipper games. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Yeah, it'll be stuff
Yeah,
like that. You're right.
it'll be dumb shit that the employees are like, well, this sucks. You know?
Yeah. So, or they'll give them, Jelly of the Month Club memberships for Christmas,
Yeah, exactly. 100% accurate.
right? But, whatever.
So I'm not.
I
I was at first I was annoyed, and then like I put on my big boy pants, and I was like, nah, it's fine. Like
Yeah.
I have all the respect for Larry Bell, and let
Yeah.
him retire and cash out.
Right. That's kind of where I'm at too. Is it's like I have a lot of respect for the guy, and ultimately, man, if I had a business like that, that's the end goal, right? I mean,
That's what I mean. I was chatting with Mike the other night about this because he was like, "Do you see that?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's the American dream." He
right.
started, like I
Not to
said, he
mention,
started out of his garage,
yeah,
and now
exactly.
he's being
And now
bought
he's
by an
cashing out,
Australian company.
yeah, for how
I don't
much
even
ever
know how
undisclosed
much.
money.
Yeah,
From what I read, it hadn't been disclosed at
I'm
this
sure
point. So
it's enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a good chunk of
Oh
money
yeah.
because Bell's is fucking,
It's huge.
yeah,
People love Bells.
yeah. Right. I was gonna say Bell's is not some little, like I said, I know people out west that are like, oh my God, Two Heart,
Yeah, I mean,
or Two
dude, Two
Hearted.
Heart's
So
amazing.
yeah.
It's the
And
greatest.
same here. I don't know
Yeah.
how many of those I've, poured into my face.
Oh, I've poured plenty in my face. I know that.
And I will continue to do so unless something changes in the flavor or the price point.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden Two Hearted was like $12 a pint. Then yeah, I'd probably go, I guess I'm not drinking Two Hearted
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
Or maybe I'll have one every so often and that's it, So yeah.
Oh, man.
But speaking of booze and kind of going back to a shut up and take my money, I guess, is well, there's an element of that to it too,
Okay.
because well, I already shared this with you, but there's what is it? Tattersall Distilling posted a thing that apparently they have made and will be selling as of November 18th of 2021. Crinkle Fry flavored vodka and Curly Fry flavored vodka from Arby's.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this.
I'll tell you what, on the 18th, I'm going to be on that website trying to see how much a bottle is.
You gonna go for it?
Probably not, because a bottle is probably going to be like $50 or something. But I would
2
love
days,
to be able
Brian. 13 hours. I'm on their
know.
website. It's a countdown.
I would love to be able to get a small bottle of each for sample purposes. First of all, because I am curious,
God,
because here's the thing: what I can't understand, vodka on its own is a fairly bland. Like it's just what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not anything crazy or big. So, I've had both crinkle fries and curly fries from Arby's. Crinkle fries are just, crispy fries with salt.
Yeah, for sure.
What flavor profile are you going to add to the vodka? Are you just adding salt to the vodka? I mean, a little,
I don't know.
The curly fries at least are seasoned.
Yeah.
They have a seasoning to them. I don't know what it is exactly, but so I'm very curious what what the flavor profiles of these are supposed to be. I wish we could, as a podcast, I wish we had enough pull to where we could get comped a bottle of each of these or something.
That would be amazing.
Or that they had a sampler pack where you could get a small bottle of each.
I don't know. I'm so confused.
I know, right?
Like it doesn't make sense to me.
What cracked me up was, much like a lot of people, one of the very first things I did with this was I went to Snopes, because when I first saw it, I was like, there's no way.
Right.
Like, this is fake. because I've never heard of this distiller and different stuff. And you'd think if Arby's was going to do a vodka, they might pair with a bigger vodka, rather than like a random distiller, which they may be a big distiller. I have zero idea, but
Right.
yeah,
I'm so confused though.
I just don't understand why.
Like I was telling you, the only thing I can think to even use it would be a Bloody Mary.
Right. And one of the things I saw actually, they kind of had that as the suggested thing. Here we go. Okay. So I found this on Food and Wine,
Oh,
which is really, I'm sure whoever got assigned this was like, they were like, hey, we need you to do a write up on this Arby's vodka.
right.
They're like, what?
I got the article pulled up right now.
Okay. So it says the curly fry vodka is billed as a tribute to the mastery of crisp, spiced curled potato distilled with cayenne, paprika, onion, and garlic for a spirit that preserves the distinctive and authentic tasting notes of traditional Arby's curly fry.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the crinkle fry vodka is made with kosher salt and sugar to honor the rich tradition of salted potato shapes.
What? Salted potato shapes is the worst way I've ever heard someone describe a fry.
Also, if you were going to say something from Arby's was a salted potato shape, I would think of potato cake actually more than fries.
Accurate.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, I see at the very bottom. French fry Arby's suggests a Bloody Mary. French fry Bloody Mary does sound to me. I'm not gonna lie, that does sound all right to me.
Now, here's a real question for you. Okay, if Arby's is going to do any sort of a drink concept, why not do an Arby's sauce bloody mix?
Like an barbecue Bloody Mary mix or something?
Well, no, not barbecue. That's different. Like the Arby's sauce that they have is it's not quite a barbecue. It's just that red sauce of theirs. That's specifically their sauce, though. It's a little tangy and everything. Like I'm like, why not make that as a?
I'm looking at what the recipe's made of. Arby's sauce recipe copycat situation.
Yeah.
Let's go here. Let's see here. What's in this? Ketchup, water, Heinz steak sauce, brown sugar, vinegar, hot sauce, onion powder, garlic powder, lots of seasonings. Yeah, that would. I could see that being a Bloody Mary mix. You could definitely.
That fits more as a.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, if you wanted to pair the two, I could totally also see that. If they were like, hey, we have a crinkle fry one, pair it with our Arby's sauce Bloody Mary mix,
I could see that. Interesting.
Yeah. I just the vodka thing is a really weird.
I don't know, man.
Oh my. Okay, here we go. So also worth noting, they can only be purchased in California, Connecticut, Florida, Idaho, Louisiana, Minnesota, Nebraska, Nevada, Oregon, West Virginia, Wyoming, and DC. So we can't even order it.
Well, I'm sad now.
Yeah. Pricing is $59.99 including shipping. And said that a small number will also be available to buy as a bundle, meaning both bottles, for $119.98.
I don't know if I'm prepared to pay like $50 for French fry vodka.
Yeah, I'm not either. It's exactly. Remember when I said I probably wouldn't because it'll probably be about $50. So that's, and they're 60. So, yeah,
crazy.
So if anyone listening happens to get any of this and gets their hands on it, like let us know what it tastes like because I would be very curious.
I mean, if it tastes like French fries, good on you, Arby's.
Yeah,
I guess.
So I said I wish we had the pull. Well, that's the thing is like, okay, even if they nail it, right? Like I just can't see the crinkle fry one being. It's like okay, it tastes like potato, like a salt
shape.
Potato shape, right?
Yeah,
you know
like
what I'm saying?
shape.
It's like if they nail a vodka that has a curly fry taste to it, that at least, like you said, that could be interesting in a bloody, or that might be like this is kind of different, a little spice to it, but it ain't bad.
It's like bacon vodka. I would never do a shot of bacon vodka, but in a Bloody Mary, it's fucking great.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you on that. By itself, but in a bloody, I could totally see it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, there you go. Good luck to anyone who's in those states. If
Seems so weird.
Yeah, because unfortunately, Tony and I are not allowed.
No,
So
no. People hate us, obviously.
if you live in one of those states and want to try to buy us a bottle of it, though,
Yeah, we won't tell.
curly fry, don't get the crinkle fry.
Yeah, what
I
are
have a
we,
feeling the curly fry.
savages?
I feel like the curly fry one's going to sell out in like no time,
Yeah,
and the
that's the one
crinkle
people
fry
gonna.
one,
Yeah,
they're going to have. It'll still probably sell out. It just won't sell out as fast, I think.
people are definitely want the curly fry one.
Right? Because why wouldn't you? Right? Like I said, one seems like Flavor Town, the other one's like, all right, salt and sugar. Like ooh.
It's like I offer you this raw potato, or offer you these delicious hash browns.
Right.
Yeah,
Pretty easy choice.
Yeah.
Raw potato it is. Just eat it like an
Raw
apple.
Potato it is. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So last night there's a new anime on Adult Swim. It's called Blade Runner Black Lotus.
Is it
And-
like based off like the Blade Runner movie kind of situation?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
And
All
it
right.
looks like the animation and stuff on it looks pretty dope. So I was like, and I forgot that it debuted, I think, last Saturday.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, damn it. So I'm like, well, should be able to stream it somewhere.
Right.
And from what I found online, I think it's going to be on like Adult Swim because it's an adult, or not Adult Swim. I'm sorry, HBO Max. It's an Adult Swim / Crunchyroll thing. So I was like, well, I hope it's not on Crunchyroll because I don't have that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I'm sure it might just be on Adult Swim's website. I don't know. I haven't really put the work in, but I pulled up HBO Max last night to see if it was on there, and it wasn't at the point because I was like, oh, duh, I hadn't given it 24 full hours either.
Right.
And streaming stuff, a lot of times you have to wait.
Yeah, you gotta wait
So-
that day.
Whatever. And I'm like, well, damn it, I need something else to watch. And while I'm on there, I was like, oh yeah, new season of Curb started.
Yeah, that's
So-
crazy
and
to
then
me, by the way.
And I remembered, I was like, oh, I'm not even to the new season yet. I think I'm a season and a half back, basically. So I just started watching episodes of Curb
Little
last
Curb
night.
action.
Yeah.
Nice.
So good times. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Although, man, I watched 2 episodes at one point and I was like, whew, I got to go watch something else. It's like,
just sometimes it is a little too much.
yeah, it's just that constant, what if the worst case scenario could get worse and worse and worse and worse and where and you're just like, okay, I need a break from that from a hot minute here. And so I watched Bob's Burgers and I was gonna go back or maybe it was 3 episodes, I don't remember. And then I was like, I think I'm done for the night. So I'll take my time on it anyway. There's not a lot of episodes per season, there's only like 10. So
right on.
but I want to get
right on.
I want to get to the new season of it. So can't believe I never finished catching all the way up on that.
That's pretty wild, my guy.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What are you gonna watch it?
Yep. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Excellent work.
How did you know?
I'm pretty smart.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
All right. Well, that's all I got.
That's all I got too. Besides, of course, our standard issue cues and all that.
The Q of the W.
The Q of the W.
Right.
Oh, last week we asked y'all in honor of Halloween.
Jeez.
Sorry, the night's catching up to me. What is the worst candy that everyone hates but you actually enjoy? Diamond Fan, Big Dev, says the old school peanut butter taffy that came in the black or orange wrapper during Halloween. That shit was legit.
Peanut butter kisses is what we learned they were called,
Yep.
apparently. And most people absolutely hate those, so that certainly qualifies.
And Jeff from Hobie says he agrees with him on that one.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
I hated those things.
I would eat them reluctantly.
I would too, because there was very little in the candy bag from Halloween that I was like, well, I guess I'm not, I'm not eating this. It was pretty rare.
Let's see here. Kiki Hockey says black licorice, bit of honey, or candy corn.
Wow. Man, she's really taking one for the team. I bet she was cleaned up at Halloween, right?
I would crush bit of honeys. I love bit of honeys.
But most people would be like you, You know, like I could see her being like, "Hey, give me all the things in those categories," and people just dumping.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
absolutely. Here's all
she
this
could
garbage.
probably she could just trick or treat off of other people's bags of that stuff.
Heno. Now, this one we might need some clarification on.
All right.
He says licorice. Does he mean black licorice or like Twizzlers?
I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we may need some clarification there.
If it's black licorice, I get it. If it's Twizzlers,
I'm always gonna just
bro.
assume. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm always just gonna assume it's black licorice because
it is
red
a very
licorice
unique flavor.
Yeah, red licorice is just much more popular. Black is very polarizing. Either you seem to find that it's hated or loved. So
yeah, exactly. Like I hate black licorice, but you know, Jaeger, it's like the same flavor.
Yeah, which explains why I don't really like Jaeger. Also,
it's true.
Yeah,
and this is one that I don't understand. I'm actually going to ask what?
Okay.
Valerie, she says Snickers.
That is weird because Snickers is like one of the most beloved candies made. Yeah. Unless maybe the people she was around didn't care for it or something.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I love
Yeah, you
Snickers.
definitely need some clarification on that. Sure.
Yeah, so I'm super confused by some of this stuff, but that's okay, Brian. That is okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of too black licorice.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I'll read the one I have on Twitter real quick, which is at GSS012 says dots. I kind of enjoy them, but my teeth not so much. Totally understandable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We've definitely talked about dots before, how, we're both fans of them, but I very much understand how people don't like them for various reasons.
Right. What else you got?
Oh no, that's the only one I have on Twitter.
Oh shit. All right. I got nothing on Instagram.
Oh, all right. So you're all
I'm tapped
that's
out,
all
my guy.
Oh, okay. Well, I got one from Cheeto.
Oh, well, of course. The man, the myth, the legend, the Cheeto.
Right. He says, "What candy do people hate but I love? Snow caps."
What the fuck? We can't be friends anymore.
He says, "Yes, I know you guys have talked plenty of shit on the caps, but I love them. Dark chocolate topped with sugar crunchies, and no one else likes them, so I never worry about anyone else eating them. I am a big fan of that final part of that. It's the reason why I used to eat Funyuns a lot." Because most people, like, if I had a bag of Funyuns and you were around, you were like, "Yo, let me get some of them."
Like, bro, Funyuns, yes.
Or my nephew, he would throw down. But most people, if you're eating Funyuns, they just leave you alone.
I mean, it's true.
So, there was a little strategery in eating Funyuns as well. So I can understand that. If you're at the movie theater, especially, and you got snow caps, odds are no one's asking you for some.
Good chance, at least, for sure.
So I'll give you that part of it. But
man, snow caps. Just when you think you know a guy.
Yeah.
Sad face.
The biggest surprise of all.
For sure, right?
Neither of us saw that one coming.
Yeah, I definitely did not see that one coming.
Yeah, because I try really hard not to read his answer until literally we're reading it right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you like the fresh reaction, too.
Right, exactly, yeah. All right, well, for this week, I've got 11 for you to choose from, 1 through 11.
What is today's date? The 15th.
Yep, that's helpful.
Doesn't help at all. Let's go 7.
How many toes do I have? 4. All right, there's another food one.
Yes.
It's, what's a food that tastes great, hot, and cold?
Easy, pizza.
Yeah, pizza's the obvious answer here, I think.
I mean, that's almost too easy, though.
Okay.
So okay. I kind of feel like pizza is like...
Here's the 2 things I almost would like to rule out if we can, which would be pizza and sandwiches.
Oh, I was going to say chicken.
Okay, I can...
Because fried chicken?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Every time we get fried chicken, like we'll stop at the store and get like a thing of chicken. Almost every time later on, I'll just grab like some wings or whatever, and I'll just eat the chicken cold. So
Oh,
I'm
hell
with you.
yeah.
Yeah. I get like sandwiches. I kind of feel like because like right like picture places like Quiznos, Subway, all those kind of sub shops, right?
Right,
Like you
right.
go into them now, and you can get any sub, hot or cold, room temperature, whatever you want to call it. It's like if you give me a cold ham and cheese, I'll crush it. You give me a warm ham and cheese, I'll also crush it. I think
Fair
sandwiches,
enough.
I don't, now the thing is, like with pizza, it tastes totally different hot and cold.
Oh, it's got different like textures and
Right,
everything.
because the cheese is firmed up and it's so different. Um Speaking of, really quick, just an offshoot here. I picked up Hormel has like cup pepperoni in packages now, and it's that
Oh.
same kind of pepperoni that Marco's has that crisps up.
Oh, hell yeah.
Threw it on a DiGiorno the other night. That was like a 4-cheese DiGiorno, dude. Nailed.
Was it delivery or was it the
No,
DiGiorno?
it was DiGiorno. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. We went and picked up the groceries. Now, what if I had my groceries delivered? Then it'd be delivery and DiGiorno.
I think the world would end.
Yeah, probably better not.
Yeah, it'd open up some sort of rift in space time.
And with sandwiches, you can make arguments too, because when you heat them, obviously cheese melts and all that other stuff. Versus cold, it's a different, But it just feels a little too easy because the flavor profile I feel is like kind of similar. That's what I was looking for. I mean, if someone answers with those, I'm not gonna, tag.
I mean, I'll be honest, Brian. This is kind of a hard one for me because if we're ruling out the obvious ones.
Chicken, chicken's a fine answer. I'm totally with you.
See that seems obvious to me though. Cold fried chicken seems obvious to me.
It's weird because I have a feeling there's gonna be people listening going, "Ew."
Maybe. So
But
I got one for
feel
you.
like I taste the spices in the chicken, like in the batter or whatever. I feel like I taste the spices more when it's cold than when it's warm. So
So I got one for you though.
Okay.
So mine's gonna be because this is something I adore. Is the next day cold meatloaf sandwich?
Yep. I was gonna guess that.
Yes.
I almost stopped you to be like, "Can I guess?" And it would have been a meatloaf sandwich. Because again, I know it's a sandwich, but that's why I said I'm not going to rule anything out. But they were like in my brain, I was trying to think of something, and the first thing that came to my mind was meatloaf. After I ruled out sandwiches and pizza, because those felt too easy to me.
Like I need to make sure Michelle answers this because she is the queen of cold food.
Okay, fair enough. But would you eat, like, if you remove the bread from it, like, would you just eat cold meatloaf?
I have.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not like the optimal choice, right?
No, it's not optimal, but I've done it before in like in past jobs when I was driving, for instance. I didn't have access to a microwave, but I had leftover meatloaf. So I'm like, fuck it. I guess I'm eating cold meatloaf.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I saw somebody on Twitter one time mention that they were eating like cold meatballs, for lunch. And I was guessing it's probably similar to what you were saying. They probably just didn't have access to a microwave or a heating element of some sort other than maybe their motor,
From what I've understood, some people seem to dig that cold food action.
Yeah. As long as it's been cooked, I like it'd be different if it was raw meat, then it's
like one of my cousins when I was growing up, he would eat, and they're cooked, so whatever. He would eat cold hot dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wanted to disown him as a family member.
Yeah.
That shit was vile.
I've known people who've done that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom said that her mom used to seriously, when they would get ground beef from the store or chuck or whatever it was they got, she would take like a handful of it and eat it.
And fuck.
I know.
Did she put a raw egg on there, like a little tartare?
Seriously. I was like, ooh. Although, things probably were, I don't know if they were cleaner back then or not,
I don't know.
Who knows? Either way, it was risky, because there's always that chance for airborne bacterias, but she was fine. I mean, I guess maybe it was, back in those days, it was like whatever didn't kill you really did make you stronger,
That's true. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
With us, it just does, it didn't kill me. It's like, nah, it is. It's just taking its time.
It didn't kill me, but I was on the can for like, 8.5 hours. What was that? What was our drug
Q-Visor.
Q-Visor.
Yeah, I had to go buy some Q-Visor because Oh boy,
Oh boy.
I bricked up the system.
Yeah, I am a fan of like heating up my leftovers though.
I generally am too. Yeah.
So that's why this is like, oh, I got one more. I've done this before too.
All right.
Cold mac and cheese.
I eat cold mac and cheese too quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. Because the other thing
Yeah.
I eat that I'll eat cold / room temperature / heated is like carrots, or veggies. Like I'll eat green beans if they're cold, baked beans. I don't care if baked beans are warm or cold because I got used to because you used to buy you could buy like baked beans in the deli, and if you go on a picnic, it's like there's nowhere to heat the beans.
That's true.
So I mean, you
Powers
could,
of the sun.
yeah, right. No, that's just for the mac salad. You let that just sit out in the sun for a while.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
But
the sun work its magic on there.
yeah, turning it terrible. But yeah, so yeah, I'm with you. I think the ones I'd probably pop up with would be meatloaf. I feel is a pretty strong answer for sure.
Yeah.
But chicken also, and chicken feels like a weird answer to me though, which is interesting because you saw it as obvious and I saw it as like a.
Maybe that was just the thing we did in my family all the time.
I did it.
Like
yeah.
I can't tell you how many times it'd be like we'd get KFC or Sister's Chicken if you want to go old school around here.
I remember that. Yeah.
And we'd get a big ass bucket, and sure enough, the next day it'd just be like I just grab a drummy out of the bucket or whatever, and just eat it cold right out of the fridge.
Yep. Yeah, my mom and dad used to do that too. Same thing. We get a bucket of chicken later on. They'd be out in the fridge and just grabbing a piece out of the bucket or container.
Cold chicken was,
whatever.
Cold fried chicken was the shit.
Yeah. I actually just a couple of weeks ago did it because I was hungry and it was later, and I grabbed, I think it was a thigh, and just no, so
hell yeah.
And bother
That's what I'm talking about.
Heating it up or anything. All right, so there you go. That's your Q of the W from us. It's once again, what's a food that tastes great, hot, and cold?
Show me what you got.
That's right, you bitches.
Wow, that was aggressive.
Yeah, sorry. Apologies.
Dang, came out a little hot there, Tony.
Coming out hot.
Yeah. But yeah, all right. Well, I think that's a program, I believe. It
seems like a program to me.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
All right, well, head on over to saltylanguage.com. Check out all the links. Our past episodes are there, so please go check those out. You can also find a link to the network that we're part of.
Watch out.
Tangent Bound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com. So please go check out the other shows there. And, if you're looking to start a show or something like that, reach out to them. And, of course, if you talk with Mark, tell him Tony misses him.
Heck yeah. We'll have to do a Jeep wave each other.
Aw.
Aw.
Yeah. You could do it on the TikToks. Do a duet of you guys doing a Jeep wave too.
Hell yes.
Somewhere out there from American Tail.
That would be amazing.
Till Disney shuts it down like 2 seconds later.
Oh yeah, you know they would too. Come crashing down on me.
Like, we don't want either of you representing our music.
Oh, I got an update from Heno.
Oh, okay.
You just updated us.
All right.
My mouse will. There it goes. God, I gotta get this picture. Heno Redux. Oh, why wouldn't it open up the Creator Studio? Seriously.
Can't just simply open what you're looking for.
No, why would it? It still just says licorice. So confused. I'm so Oh, wait, view one more reply. Hold on. There we go. Black, because it doesn't even show me the whole thing. Are you kidding me? Facebook is seriously the worst shit I've ever used in my life.
I was just looking to see if it showed up on my phone, and it doesn't.
On. I gotta go to our separate page here because
my goodness.
If you want to read the whole link, you actually have to do all kinds of different shit because it's the worst.
That makes perfect sense. Why would it just put it in?
Yeah, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't when I click on a notification just open up the post?
Yeah, that just makes way too
That
much
makes
sense,
so
Tony.
That makes too much sense. You're right.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, what the hell was I thinking? All right, so God, it shouldn't take this long to do this.
Be podcasting.
All right, black because lethargy, high blood pressure, and heart failure go hand in hand with candy. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, there you go. We have an answer.
Yeah, we do have an answer. Thank you,
Mhm.
Heno, for being on the ball with it.
Timely with your response.
Yeah,
Yeah.
timely. Thank you. Getting tired. Anywho,
All right. Yeah. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, we were just through the network stuff. So yeah, if you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stunami.
you can find me on Instagram at The Monotony. You can find Salty Language at saltylanguage.com. All the social medias are there. Check us out on the YouTube, Salty Language Pod. Smash the subscribe. Kiss the like button and ding that little bell. Because, new, at least bare minimum, new video every week.
Right. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm working on another Salty Language gaming video not as we speak because we're podcasting, but
Right.
it's in the works.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. One last quick thing here before we get into the very end stuff, which is if you're, thinking about being charitable and whatnot this time of year, don't forget, once again, they keep showing stuff on our local news and stuff about how there's a lot of these like food banks and shelters and stuff that are really being hit hard because of the supply chain stuff and whatnot. So, don't forget that a little money towards some of these places can go a long, long way because they have deals in place with farmers or grocery chains or whatever. So, if you can help out, please do so, so somebody can get some hot meals or whatever out of it.
Exactly.
And what?
I said exactly.
Yeah. All right. And I guess with that, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay so salty.
And I guess protect your taint.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, almost like a Wu-Tang song.
Yeah, right. That's on my remix cut of Protect Your Neck.
Gotta protect your taint.